of the Mikal Bridges trial, I have some new evidence that I want to bring in front of the courtroom. I know I'm dressed in my Knick gear, but I couldn't help myself, Your Honor. The Knicks, they are on a 7-game winning streak, and I only thought it was right to come in my normal attire. We're going to talk about Mikal Bridges and answer the question as to whether or not the Knicks are making a huge mistake, or are they considering making a huge mistake by benching Mikal Bridges, and I'm here to defend his honor. We're going to talk about that tonight on day 2 of the Mikal Bridges trial. What's up, Knicks Nation? Welcome to day 2 of the trial. I do appreciate all of you guys in the building. Thank you guys for rocking with me. And I am your host, Karan Pierre, the Objective Fan. And I'm straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest. Man, you know the vibes. Tell a friend that we live, man. Big time salute to everybody who's in the building, man. I do appreciate you guys. Before we get these things and these motions underway, I need you to smash that like button. Very important to the algorithm that we smash the like button all throughout the video, especially as you come inside to watch the show. And listen, we still cooking with hot grease. We got a lot of great information to share with you. By the way, I just want to let you guys know, if you don't know, first off, many of you guys are not subscribed, at least 60+% in the last 28 days. So help us close the gap, because we know you watch. So now it's time to subscribe. And listen, each time as we roll on our journey to reach 10,000 subscribers, we do have milestone giveaways. And as soon as we reach that mark, we will give away this rookie Jalen Brunson trading card. No emails and no phone numbers. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel for a chance to win that rookie Jalen Brunson trading card, all right? So first off, hopefully you guys are having a good night. I tried to get on earlier, but there was a lot going on in the house. Salute to my man Mellow Mike in the building. I see you, L Figgy. Okay, Zach. My man Joe from AC, man. Big time salute to y'all. Do appreciate you guys for rocking with me, man. So this is day 2 of the trial. Now I'm letting y'all know that Mikal Bridges, my client, I find him to be innocent. Okay. And it's so convenient that, the Knicks are winning. And despite my client's shooting slumps, it hasn't impacted our ability to perform at a high level. By the way, I'm not sure what the score of that Celtics game was. I had it on, but I was in the midst of doing a lot. And then I had to finalize it. I had to change the slide. That's another thing too, because some of the information I had was outdated. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Celtics wound up winning. Wow. The Boston Celtics have beaten the Oklahoma City Thunder. I don't know if to be happy or to be upset. I mean, of course, we know that we don't like Boston, so we don't want to see them win. But it's good to see OKC lose, though. Like, yeah, y'all not invincible. So I saw early in the game when OKC dominated, but then I also seen when Boston went on the run to come back. So interesting stuff, okay? We'll talk about that at another time. Right now, we're here to talk about Mikal Bridges, my client. And I want to let y'all know, I'm starting off from a little bit towards the end of the last presentation. Now, because some time has elapsed and some of the exhibits that I wanted to put in here is kind of outdated, because my client is no longer shooting bad. So I'm like, damn. So I had to make some changes. So this is what we'll do. We're going to go into PowerPoint mode. All right, I'm going to start here. All right, so this is a slide from the previous day. Now, I want to say, you don't have to watch the first one to watch this show. Like if you didn't see the first day of the court, that's fine. You could go back and watch it. I'm not going to rehash most of that information. It's a fire show. I think I did a great job defending my client at that point in time. By the way, just to let the people in the courtroom know, I got so much notes, so much. I would be cooking tonight. I'm just letting you know. So, you know, grab a seatbelt. But I'm also try to make it simple. I also made the slides a little bit less information because I know there's a lot of information and I get overwhelmed because I love information and I'm super into all the data and stuff like that. So I had to go into PowerPoint mode and take my time on this one. All right. Now we're going to start from this slide. Today, we're going to talk about him starting or coming off the bench. What we did on day one was we debunked the narrative that he was better last year than this year. And then we also talked about his role. We defined clearly what Mikal Bridges' role was. So that's a good show to go watch just to get some more understanding of that. So, but I added this exhibit Q here to show that, you know, he's playing less minutes overall. Okay. But he's getting more deflections per game. He's a +6. He's more active and more disruptive as a defender. All right. That's what this slide is. And now exhibit R was to redefine the role, because I was trying to let you guys know that a lot of people think his role is to be a scorer. And we came to the conclusion that you cannot judge Mikal Bridges by his scoring. So him being in the shooting slump, you're making that be the barometer for how well of a player he is. So that's what these slides are. He's a primary perimeter defender who guards a point of attack, right? He's a connector on the offense. Okay, this is what his role is. He's not a third option. All right, and the numbers are up. All right, defensively, everything else, right? All signs point to his defensive being better. I'm not sure if it's growth, but the numbers grew. All right, now his points are down and his usage is down. Once again, we explained that on day one. Go back and watch it to get the full understanding of that. But everything else is up, and his playmaking is better. All right, so he's not the primary scorer, and he operates within the system. These are things that we really broke down in great detail. All right, so when they say he declined, no, my client did not decline. His role changed. When they say he's not aggressive, no, it's not that he's not aggressive. He's playing within the structure. So we clarify that. All right, like I said, you want to learn more about that, you could go watch the first exhibit. So I just wanted to give a quick, review by going through some of the other later slides I had in there. And like I said, I had to edit a lot because it just was so much information that was good for the time. But today's a new day, so I couldn't come with just straight old information. So today we're going to make the case for Mikal Bridges. Today's objective is to examine the claim. Should he be benched? All right, we'll evaluate his role with the team, analyze performance, impact, and value. The core question, should Mikal Bridges continue to start? This case will determine if the criticism matches the reality, because this is a problem that we have, all right, ladies and gentlemen of the court. You guys, right, are you have a certain perception of my client because of the draft picks. And we address the draft picks. By the way, in the chat, can you guys tell me, out of the 4 first-round draft picks, the 2 that came into fruition, can you name the 2 players that were drafted with the Mikal picks? If you have a problem with the pick, I challenge all of you today. If that is your issue, can you name those guys without Googling? Because if you cannot name those guys, then you're arguing from a place of slight ignorance. I'm not going to say fully ignorant, because just because you don't know the players' names, that doesn't mean you don't know much about basketball. But you're following a narrative that is used to put my client down. And I'm not going for it, all right? So let's continue. Let's continue with the deliberation. Exhibit X, I said in the courtroom. Right. Once again, I didn't wear my courtroom button up today because, you know, I was busy, man. I ain't gonna lie. So one thing about me, if you're new to the channel, this is what I do. I always give context before I go on for the kill. So this is where I like to start. This is the baseline of my client. Mikal Bridges' profile. He averages 14.7 points per game, 14.1 rebounds. I'm sorry, 14.1. 4.1 rebounds, 3.9 assists, 48.5% from field goal percentage. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the shooting slump has brought my client's shooting percentage down 0.5%. But my client's job is to not only shoot, but by the way, 48.5% is still a good shooting percentage for a guy like of my client's caliber, because he's a perimeter-centric wing. He likes to shoot threes and mid-range shots. He's not someone who gets layups and always forces his way towards the Baja, okay? But 37.5% from three, he's still up from where he was last season, about 2% better. His free throw percentage is 82.6%, okay? And hold on. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. I have a really good stat that I want to throw at you, but I'm not seeing it as a part of my list here. What happened to my stat? Hold on, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna get that, but this is the baseline for what my client is averaging. I got another stat that's gonna blow your mind. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna get it. You know me. All right, I'm Stat Master Miyagi for a reason. Mikal Bridges hired me for a job, and I'm here to deliberate and deliver on the job. But by the way, I do need you guys to continue to smash that like button, all right? Because I'm getting ready to cook it with high grease. So for my client, when you look at these numbers on the screen, he is one. I repeat, he is one of two players currently hitting each of those season averages while shooting a clip of at least 45%, 35% from threes, and 800% or 80% at the free throw line. The only other person to do that is all-star guard Tyrese Maxey. Big time salute to my client, Mikal Bridges. Don't let that go over your head, because you might miss it. Don't let it go over your head. I repeat, Bridges is averaging 14.7 points per game, 4.1 rebounds, 3.9 assists, 1.4 steals, 0.8 blocks, and 2 3-point field goals made, right? On 58.5% from the field, all right? 37.2% from three, and 82% from the line. He is one of just two players currently hitting each of those season averages by shooting at a clip of 45, 35, and 80. The only other player to do this is all-star guard, and I repeat, all-star guard Tyrese Maxey. You got to give my client a big-time salute. Even though his job is not primarily to score, his numbers are comparable to an all-star. This profile reflects an efficient two-way guard, and that's what my client is. He's or wing, rather, not just a guard. By the way, to those of you guys who are calling, I will let you guys know when the phone lines are open. Let me cook right now. I have to defend my client. I will get to the phone lines, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? This is what his full season of production has yielded for our beloved New York Knicks. And now I argue you guys are telling me that I should watch my client be benched when these are the numbers he's putting up. Mike Brown and the coaching staff, they all see these things. They are all happy with his production. They're all happy with his performance. So when we're talking about benching this guy, I'm beginning to think that some of you guys don't know what the hell is going on. All right. So hold on really quickly. Get my bam. All right, cool. So I'm not riding blind. All right. All right. So that's my exhibit X. Let me get the exhibit Y. If you thought that that was cool, I'm just getting started. Hold on. Let me go back to Y. We don't want to skip a step nor a beat. It's very important that we get all of this information out to the people. Now, let's go to some advanced stats because some of you guys are like, okay, that's cute. He did that with Maxey, so what? Now, all of these numbers I'm getting are not my numbers. You could go Google them for yourself. The Knicks are plus 6.5 in net rating, right? Or they're around 6, I think now. I could get the exact number if you want, but they're around 6. It was like 5.8, but the number changes. So it's like, I don't remember all the numbers exactly because it always changes, but they're around that. What's my client's net rating? Is that a plus 6.5? He's right along with what the team is doing. He fits in really good. And while Mikal Bridges is out there on the floor for all the plus minus guys, overall in 72 games, he's a plus 290. Okay? All right? He's having a positive impact on the team. Furthermore, right, the Knicks rank 78th in net rating, 78th percentile in net rating, right? The 80th percentile in offensive rating, right? And the 77th percentile in effective field goal percentage, right? And of course, the 71st percentile in defensive rating. Listen to this. When Mikal Bridges is on the court, their offensive rate increases when he comes off the court, but they drop to 55 percentile in defensive rating and 59 percentile in effective field goal percentage without him. All right, and I'll repeat that again if you missed that, because don't let it go over your head. All right. So the offensive rating increases when he comes off the court. That's cool. But they drop the 55th percentile in defensive rating and the 59th percentile in effective field goal percentage without him. My client overall has a positive impact on the team, especially as a starter. So when you tell me that my client needs to come off the bench, why? Do you want your effectiveness in terms of efficiency to come down? I don't think you want that. Let me keep cooking. All right? I am not done. Exhibit Z. He is, well, he's not an anchor. Hold on. He's not an anchor. Hold on. That's going to drive me crazy because I changed it, but at least I thought I changed it. He's not an anchor. Hold on. He's a perimeter defender. I want to say elite perimeter defender, but let's just keep it with perimeter defender. All right. He guards 1 through 3. All right. That's his assignment every night. He mostly guards the point guard, unless the point guard is weak, and then sometimes Brusser will take that assignment. But that's what he mostly does. Okay. So he does a great job. We talked about his defensive field goal percentage in the fourth quarter, how important that was to this team. If you want some more cool stats, I got them. And you know I'm Stat Master Miyagi. Defensively, Bridges ranks in the 93rd percentile in matchup difficulty, meaning that he guards the most difficult assignment most of the time. So I'm not just hitting you with the percentile and acting like I know what the hell I'm talking about. In this case, the percentile stats I gave you directly describes exactly where my client ranges in stats that are viable. Matchup difficulty, 83rd percentile in perimeter isolation defense. He's mostly by himself. That means he doesn't get no goddamn help. Hello? Are you hearing me? Okay, and he's in the 95th percentile on ball screen navigation. Now, I'm not 100% on that, but last year, I think he struggled with that. Could be off. Bottom line, the brother is performing well defensively in his role. He's versatile. He's 6'7". He guards 1 through 3. Why would you remove the only other 6'6", 6'7" guy you have in your goddamn rotation to put him on the bench for a guy who's going to be... I'm going to talk about the bench in a second. My client is doing his thing on the defensive end. You can say what you want to say based on what you believe about my client, but this is his assignment. This is his role. I argue today in front of the court and all the Knicks fans that are here that my client, Mikal Bridges, impacts the defense at a high level. And if you disagree, oh well. You can call up in a second. I'm going to get to the calls. I'll let you know when it's open. All right, let's get to the next exhibit. Exhibit AA. Defensive versatility advantage. Once again, I brought up his height. 6'6", 6'7". He's the only other one on the goddamn team. It's him and OG Anunoby. That's all you have. You're going to take him and put him on the bench for who? 7'1" wingspan. He guards 1 through, sometimes 4, but mostly 1 through 3. All right? He's switchable. Hold on. He's switchable. You know, he has a variety of roles, right? And he increases the Knicks' flexibility on the defensive end. All right? He's the defensive flexibility. Now, big time salute to the people in the chat. All right? I see my girl El Figgy in there. OKF Nation. I see what you put. I never said that OG doesn't guard the toughest assignment. He's guarding the point of attack more than OG does. Only time OG gets the point of attack is when he's going up against Cade Cunningham. I had a fire stat. I don't know where the hell it was with OG and the I don't know where it's at. I'm sorry. I'm mad I lost it. But I do got other stats, and I'm just now beginning to cook. So now we get to AB. All right, AB. Exhibit AB. Two-way impact context. So now we got to put it together. All right, this is where we got to be creative. All right. So offensively, Bridges, he's shooting an efficient clip. He's also third on the Knicks in assists, right? And of course, we know he's the fourth option when it comes to scoring. But that nuance gets lost due to his low-ish scoring numbers according to your perception. And then we also forget to realize or fail to realize that OG Anunoby, he is the third option he's been the third option on the team. OG Anunoby was the third option last year. He's the third option this year. So we got to connect it. His offensive rating shows that he's contributing. Both his rating shows that he contributes on both ends of the floor. Okay? And he's a two-way impact player in the system. He is not a liability. The league average, team average, is around 115, 116. His numbers are just above the league average when it comes to that. So meaning that I'm saying the reason why I'm going there is that he's not negatively impacting the team by being a liability on either side of the ball, despite his recent shooting slumps. All right. And so hold on. Where am I? I'm going to do a couple of more exhibits and then I'm going to open up the line. All right. Continue to smash that like button on the way in. All right. Continue to smash that like button on the way in. I'm going to do a couple of more. Then I'm going to open up the line. AC, the critics, you guys, some of you guys, not all of you, some of you guys are missing the point. Okay? We got to address the criticism. You keep evaluating him as a scorer. We keep talking about he's a connector. Why do you have this perception of my client? Are we going back to the picks? We already clarified the picks in the show one. We already challenged your perception of my client in the first show. I did a little reinforcing earlier on this show, but it's you. You are the problem in not understanding what Mike Brown and the entire coaching staff are trying to do with this team by continuously judging him outside of this. Now, I forgot to do this earlier in the show. I am not defending his poor shooting. You will never hear me cape for mediocrity. I won't do it. I won't allow it. And I understand that point. And I will never argue that point. All right? But the bottom line is my client is fulfilling his role. All right, now, before I get to the phone lines, let's continue to get these likes up. I'm cooking with hot grease. I got more exhibits. Wait till I get to the playoffs. My God. But thus far, I think I'm doing a great job showing that my client, Mikal Bridges, he deserves to remain in the starting lineup. And no, I'm not done. Continue to smash that like button, though. It's important that we get the likes up. We got to get to 100 likes. That is the minimum, not the maximum. All right. So, hold on. Do I got oh, yeah. Well, the number's on the screen. 646-995-8389. Call up. Voice your opinion. All right. If you want to talk about Mikal Bridges, my client, and some of the things that we, brought out tonight. Just make sure. Good. Hold on. Okay. Where's my phone? I got too many windows open. Okay. All right. 646-995-8389. Call up. Voice your opinion. All right. I got you, Yuri. I got you. Hold on. I got to get my man from Queens in the building first. Then I'm gonna get the Yuri. All right, hold on. Damn. Hold on, Yuri. Damn, the phone line, y'all going crazy on the lines right now. I can't even. Oh, hold on, y'all. All right. I'm coming back. If I miss your call, I'm coming back to you. All right.
Corona
Straight
Dawn
from Queens. Where we going tonight, man?
Yeah, you cooking
are you
tonight.
Me or
yo,
what's up? Okay, I'm cooking. All right.
Nigga, you cooking tonight. I hear you. Now you cooking. Yo, look. I'm gonna support your client because there's one thing that we all forgot about is Mikal Bridges, he shows up to work every night. So we complain about the picks we gave up, how much money we paying him. He's always available. And we didn't bring him here to be a scorer. He was a everything type of dude. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get rebounds. He gonna, like him and OG, they be like, yo, you gonna guard Tatum? I'll guard Brown. All right, you guard Brown, I'll guard Tatum. So it's like he does his job. It's just when he have 7 or 4 or 0,
right?
That's the only thing. That's all he's saying.
Right.
That's it.
That's all. Yeah. 100%.
Other than that, he's earned his money and he deserves his money. And we're gonna need him to get a ring. But guess what? If he has 4, 7, 8, we're not gonna get the ring. We're not.
Right.
We're not. But if he just has 15 and sometimes give us 20, 15, sometimes 18, out of nowhere, we just need everything else that he gonna bring to the table. It's just the 4 points, the 7 points. That's all. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? So I need you to walk with me because I am Mike Brown and Leon Rose. I'm their client right now
Okay. Okay.
because look, Josh Hart, Bridges, OG. These guys ain't natural scorers, but they're building and they putting like Allen Iverson. They put the right people around them so they could go to the playoffs and compete for a ring. So it's like
Bingo.
Brunson, Cat. Okay, yo, we got Bridges. Bridges' job ain't to score 20 a night. He does everything else. He's doing what.
Right.
So Bridges, you good? Just yo, no more 4 points. I need you. I just need you 13, 14,
Yep. Right
18.
there. That's the sweet
That's
spot.
all.
Yep.
Right. That's it because he gonna do everything else. He makes life easier for everybody. He's
That's a
making
fact.
like for real. It's like yo, who's the guy? All right, Tyrese Maxey. I'll guard him. So
Yep.
now you got extra legs in the fourth quarter, Brunson and Cat. I got you. So he's doing the dirty work, and we gotta
Yep.
appreciate that guy, and we gotta work with him. But he
That's a
gotta,
fact.
and you being his lawyer, you gotta understand when we upset. Yo, the nigga has zero. We mad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
I addressed that, but also people, not you, had this false
God,
perception that he's supposed to be this 20-point per game guy because they were making it the pick. So I'm also was arguing that. I never defended the zero and yeah, I can't do it. I
nah,
won't do it.
but see, what happened was when he was on Brooklyn, he got a chance to shoot a lot of shots. So they was
Right.
thinking that
Bingo.
22 points a night that he was gonna do that here, and they forgot.
Right.
All we need is the Bridges that was with Phoenix when they went to the
Phoenix. Bingo.
to the chip, and
Right.
you just need that Bridges. And yo, he brung that Bridges. It's just sometimes his shot ain't falling, but
10 seconds.
Right.
then if his shot ain't falling, then that means yo Josh Hart. We need more points.
Right.
OG, like we got to get the point from somewhere else because
Bingo.
he's doing his job.
Right.
He's doing his
Bingo.
job.
Hey,
And
Trey, look, man,
yeah,
that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted was
right,
that acknowledgement. You feel me? That's it.
right. Nah,
Thank
nah,
you,
nah.
man.
I get where you coming from. You like, yo, bro, what y'all want this nigga to do? Drop 30 a night? He never did that.
Mm-hmm. Bingo.
You know what I'm
That's it.
saying? But yo,
That's all I'm saying, brother.
he's earning his money. You understand what I'm saying? He's guarding up every night.
Mm-hmm.
When Kawhi Leonard came to the Garden and kicked our ass, he was over there getting crossed over 3-pointers. He was like
Mm-hmm.
he
Right.
go out for us. So
That's a fact.
shout out to your client, and
Big time.
I'm gonna hit you tomorrow. We'll debate tomorrow because I want to
All right.
debate with you again. All right,
All right, no doubt.
you're ready. All
Big
right,
time. All
all
right.
right.
That's my man Trey from Queens. Let me get my man Yuri. Then we got Coach calling up. Now is the time to call. Express your thoughts.
Yep.
Uh-oh. What's good,
I'm
Yuri?
gonna
In the
defend my
building.
client. I had enough of this bullshit. I'll defend my
Hmm.
client. Okay, JB, ankle injuries. Heart, one is knee. Cat, soreness in the quad. OG, hammy. Mikal, no injuries. 82 games every single year. Availability is the best way. Oh yeah, one more thing. Mitch on a back-to-back. He doesn't even play back-to-backs because of load management. Man, Mikal's out there playing every damn night.
That's facts.
We're not asking Mikal to be a 20-point scorer. That's a sweet spot. 18's a sweet spot, what the previous caller said before. Just give me 14, 15 a night. I'm okay with that. I
Mm-hmm.
can't single-point digits. But if his shot's not affecting, guys, he's a rebounder. He passes the ball. He's the glue guy.
Yep.
He gets JB. He gets Hart involved. Another thing, too, you're forgetting one thing. Deuce is coming back, and that relates to my client. Mikal Bridges is better when Deuce is on the court. Have you seen that net rating?
Mm.
When Deuce is on the court with Mikal, it's beautiful. I think it's like a plus 10.
Mm.
That was before the injury. I don't know how it's going to be after the injury, Karan. But
I hope it sticks.
the
If
point,
that's the case, I hope it sticks. But go ahead.
the point still stands. This man shows up every night to play us, and we all dog him for it.
Nope.
We all dog him for it. I am sick and tired of it because this man has won us playoff games. This man won us a playoff game against Detroit in Game 6 with that putback. Mikal doesn't get that putback, we don't win that game. And that goes to Game 7 in MSG. And Detroit was a physical series last year. Another thing, Mikal Bridges steals Game 1 from Jaylen Brown. Mikal Bridges steals Game 2 with the help of Mitchell Robinson and OG. Everyone that tells me, oh, ignore last year. Nah, bullshit. Bullshit. I can't ignore last year. This man will show up in the playoffs again. I'll have no problem upping my Mikal Bridges jersey every single time. This man is the ultimate glue guy for us.
That's a fact.
He's not supposed to score 20 a night. Get that damn thing out of your head.
Please.
Everyone wants Mikal to be this Brooklyn guy. Well, are we forgetting that the Nets were the worst team on the planet when he was the first option?
That's right. Different coach, different system, different responsibilities, different roles.
And Coach Brown has him acting as a glue guy. He passes the ball. There's a reason why Mikal's the ball handler now, and JB's able to play off ball. I don't think people bring that up enough.
That happened a little bit of the last game, yeah, for sure.
Mikal Bridges helps JB play off ball. That's all I gotta say. Damn.
Thank you.
My client. Salute, Karan.
Thank you. Big time. I hear him. We do got some more calls, you know, and I ain't done. It's only getting started. We still cooking with hot grease. I could have defended the money claim, but I don't like talking about people's money. What's good, Coach?
What's up? What's up? Doom, 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 doom. The bridge is over. The bridge is over. The bridge is over. The bridge is over. Mikal Bridges is over. Okay, remember this. He's the fourth option on the team. Our most important pieces are going to be the pieces that come off the bench. It's the pieces that come off the bench. We get Mikal, we get Miles McBride back. Jordan Clarkson gets going, and Alvarado are going to be very, very important. And Shaman. Those four right there are going to be the most important pieces on the bench, because once these guys get tired, it's going to be those guys that got to keep up with the rest of the league, with the rest of the team that we're playing. So we can't talk about Bridges. Bridges is the fourth option. He's the fourth option. You give us 12 points, 15 points, okay, great. If not, you got all these guys that come behind him. You got Clarkson, Shamet, now McBride is coming back. I don't know how he's going to get all these minutes up, but the guy that was on the phone before me was right. Miles McBride and Mikal play good together. The issue is, how good will that bench be? Because that's going to be important. Can we continue to keep up with the scoring with the other benches on the other teams? So the Bridges story, the bridge is over, man. We just going to move past that. He's not going to be the star in the team. You got three guys in front of him. You got three guys that need the ball.
Well, are you taking him out the starting lineup? That's all I want to know, Cole. Are we taking him out the starting lineup?
Okay, no, you can't take Bridges out. Remember, the last series with Boston, if Mikal wasn't there, we wouldn't have won that series.
That's a fact. I'm getting to that in a second.
He had the biggest part in that series. No Mikal, we would have lost that series. And that's what 100%. I got for you, my brother.
Big time. Great call, Coach.
The bridge is over. All right.
I didn't know where he was going when he said the bridge is over. I was like, whoa, the bridge is over? What are we doing? But I get what he's saying. He's saying the commentary about bridges is over. Like, stop it with the narratives. I got you. Uh-oh, ice water. Where we going?
Yeah, what's going on?
Hey, man, everything's good. We having a good conversation, man. What say you? Where you want to go? Is Mikal Bridges coming off the bench?
I would say, yeah. I would say bring him off the bench. I came in and I heard the tail end of a couple of your callers. First of all, we got to get over this thing with Boston. If it wasn't for him, we would have lost the Boston series. That's bullshit. Yeah, he was good in the first two games, not the rest of the series. So let's stop that. The second thing is that I don't think anybody's asking for him to be a 20-point scorer. Can you just be a consistent scorer? Can you just, consistently give us 14 a game? And there's been stretches where you don't even know that he's on the court. And I think that's what a lot of people are complaining about. The fact that he just disappears at times. And he's not this, and I don't know. I don't know how you see it. I just don't see him as being the same defender like he was in Phoenix. I just don't see that. So even if he wasn't giving us the points, if you were, this great defender, I could even deal with that. But I don't see that. So because of that, I say, yeah, everybody, I hear people talking about, oh, he plays better with Miles McBride. Is that what we gave up 5 picks for? Because he plays better with Miles McBride? So if Miles McBride ain't there, if Miles McBride ain't there,
I want to ask you a question. Could you name the 2 players that were drafted from those picks?
No. But again,
I rest my case. Go ahead, continue.
But hold on a second. I've never been a big proponent of we needed those picks. Those picks were not going to be high picks anyway. So I've never been a big proponent of we gave away 5 picks for him. But still in all, you're getting a guy that you're telling me that if there's another guy on the court, he's of no use to us. I don't buy that. I don't.
I didn't say that. That's what if that's what he said, I don't agree with that.
I don't buy that. And then the other thing is with the bench, if you're saying, oh, well, we need him to start because we got this other firepower on the bench. Jordan Clarkson is the tallest guy of everybody that they named coming off the bench. Jordan Clarkson is the tallest guy. And what is he, like 6'4"?
About 6'5".
All right, so, Alvarado's what, 5'10", 5'11". Deuce McBride is 6'1". What are we talking about? Yeah, bring it off the bench. Yeah, you need some size coming off the bench. So, yeah, I don't see what the problem is bringing him off the bench because late in the game, if you want him playing late in the game, he can still play late in the game.
Well, I hear you, brother, man. I appreciate you, family. And thank you for your call, family.
Take it easy.
All right. Yeah, I completely disagree with the brother. We're going to take him out the lineup to bring in some more 6'3" guards when size is an issue as it is. I think we need to stay with the lineup we have and then bring Mo Diawara. Hopefully, I don't know if he could get time. We have a big problem, dog. And we're naming a whole bunch of guys that's 6'5", 6'2", like the brother just said. You got to cut their minutes. I am not playing more than 2 guys that's under 6'5" in the playoffs. Somebody got to get cut. Sorry, but as far as some of the other things he said, no, we don't beat Boston without Mikal Bridges. Right? And I'm not going to argue for Phoenix days, but Mikal Bridges' defense this season has been pretty damn good. And I honestly think that he deserves some consideration for All-NBA defensive team. What are we using to judge his defense? I gave you some of the numbers already. I talked about the percentiles he is in terms of guarding certain level of competition. I'll say it again. He's in the 83rd percentile in perimeter isolation defense. He's not getting no help. There's no doubling when Mikal's guarding his guy. He's in the 93rd percentile in matchup difficulty, meaning he's guarding the best players in the league. And then he's in the 95th percentile in ball screen navigation. So what are we saying? And that's because he's at the point of attack. All right. And also I forgot to add this. He's number 2 in the NBA in off-ball chaser defense. All right. So that's where he belongs to me. I like him better off the ball, but they got him guarding on the ball, I think he's better on the wing too. So that partially could be the reason why he was better in Phoenix. I got to get my girl L Figgy on the line. All right. I know she's probably disagreeing, but hey, I'm here for the conversation. Whether you agree or disagree, call up. And I'm not done. I'm going to get back soon. Get some more calls. Hey, what's going on, L Figgy? I seen you in the chat. I had my little binoculars up in there. I went in there briefly. I said, oh, Figgy said this. What's going on, Figgy? I know you coming for me. My hands are up. I'm in the bank with my hands up. Where we going?
No. You know I'm just like a little bratty devil's advocate over here, Karan. Come on.
No, that's fine. Yeah, do your thing. I ain't mad.
Look, here's what I'm gonna say about Mikal. I'm not even advocating for him to come out of the starting five, but here is what I'm telling everyone in the chat, you, everybody in our draft, Knicks fan. Here's our dilemma with him. He's too inconsistent. I just looked at his box score over the last 2 months. 11, 10, 11, 9, 0, 7. Then he'll have a 25-point game. 7, 5, 11. That is all over the place, Karan, and you know that. That's too inconsistent. And what's happening is he'll have a 20, and you know how stats work. You take all these numbers, add them together, average out over how many games, and he's showing like if you say 14 points per game, that's what his average is. That's not really, the stat doesn't show on court because he's not getting 14 points most nights. He's in the single digits most nights, and then he'll get a 30-point game or a 25-point game, bump up his average, and it makes it seem as though he's more effective than he is. I would rather him be a 14-point a night player. You understand what I'm saying? I don't need him to score 30 points against the Wizards. I don't need 32 points against, a bad team. When we're playing a team that we can handle, we need somebody who's going to help us when we're playing over 500 teams in the playoffs. And that's my biggest dilemma with Mikal. Now, if we're going to talk about his contribution last year in the playoffs, when we played the Celtics, beautiful, wonderful. Thank you for your contribution. He had 2 good playoff games. If you want to sit here and say, we don't beat the Celtics without him, you want to say, look, we're betting on Lightning striking twice. That's what everybody's talking. When you say, oh, those 2 games against Boston, that was lightning in a bottle, Karan. So are we betting all the chips that Lightning's going to strike twice? Or are we going to cash in our chips and walk away from the table with money in our pocket? I don't even care about the 5 draft picks. That doesn't even, what bothers me more is that we gave him his extension.
Right.
It's the money that we spent over the summer. We gave Mikal his extension. And then he comes back and craps the bed this year. That's, I have a problem with that as a fan. I didn't, and in terms of everybody saying we don't need him, we didn't bring him here for offense, that is also untrue, because if you go back and look at last year, one of the reasons that Leon Rose he didn't love the idea, but he was okay with trading away Dante in with the Julius Randle package, is because he felt he brought some offense with Mikal. He even said that. He said, well, although we're trading away a big offensive weapon like Dante, who set Knicks records for 3-point shooting, we have somebody who can at least average, get us some double-digit points every night. And he's not doing that every night. He's not doing that every night, Karan. Again, averages, stats, you can pat him up and dress him up, and it's lipstick on a pig, man, because when you're getting 30 points against the Wizards and you're getting 30 points against bad teams, and then you give us single digits every other night, add up those 5 games, it doesn't translate to 14 points a night. And I personally, again, his assists are up. Why? Because he's always looking to pass the ball off. When he drives to the basket, he's always dishing the ball out to somebody. Come on, man. We have to look at facts. Does he help the offense? Does he help spread the defense when he's on offense? That's a big deal, because Jalen is getting hemmed up now. We're watching it in real time.
Well, Figgy, listen, I hear you cooking, and the answer is yes, he does to those questions, by the way, that you just said. But look, I appreciate you, Figgy.
All right,
I'll let you cook. You did your thing. I'm going to respond to some of the things.
Yo, maybe, you know what? Maybe he can apply for parole. I want to put him in front of the parole board. Let's put him in front.
All right, Figgy.
We're gonna get him an ankle bracelet. We're gonna get him an ankle bracelet.
Okay, I take that. Right. I appreciate you. All right.
All right, man. All right.
All right, that's L Figgy, OKF Nation. I want to say a couple of things she said. I hear her, and we want to win. I know that's what it comes down to. She doesn't care about the picks, so I'm not going to address the picks. The money, maybe I might have to do a trial on the money. Might have to do a try. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to talk about the bag. I don't know. I just want to defend another man's money. But now I'm seeing that there's a lot of angles I can get to with the money. I'm going to revisit the money. As far as the Dante DiVincenzo piece, do you want me to figure? I'm sorry I got to do this to you. But hold on. Let me get the research. I wasn't planning on going to research mode, but I'm just tired of this goddamn Dante DiVincenzo like he's the savior and he's the example of a bucket getter that we had. And listen, I have to hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on. I got to get to where my browser at. My browser's not here. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna get this on the screen because I'm tired of the Dante DiVincenzo. It's just making me sick and tired of him. He's a great player. I mean, he's not a great player. He's an all right player. He's average, decent player. But we got to address this. When we traded Dante DiVincenzo, he's not in the same league as Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges is a better basketball player than Dante DiVincenzo. Dante DiVincenzo is a role player. He's averaging 12 points per game. He's shooting 41% from the field. Oh my God. I could imagine if Mikal shot 41% from the field. How outraged we would be. So I'm sorry, figure I hear you, but I gotta chop this Dante DiVincenzo point down in half. Let's go to his game log. Let's see what this brother has been doing. Let's see if he's a consistent 12 a night. All right, we're gonna go through Dante's game log to see. All right, so I see 8, I see 13, I see 9, I see 0, I see 16, 7, 6, 8, 0, 16, 7, 17. 8. He had a good stretch here. 17, 18, 19, 11. But then 9, 3, 10, 1. Dante is not consistent either. And to be fair, most players don't give you a consistent anything. Very few players like Brunson, SGA gives you a consistent 30 every night. He's not going to get 40. He's not going to get under 25. It's a consistent 30 every night. Most guys don't do that. But the point I'm trying to let Figgy know is you should have went to Dante's game log this season and just look at what he's doing. No, Figgy, I can't give you that one. As far as what Mikal's doing, like I said in the first video, you missed that one. I told you what his role is. I also pointed out that Coach Mike Brown is happy with what Mikal Bridges is doing. He doesn't want more. Yes, we don't like the shooting, but Coach Brown pointed to an 11-point game for Mikal Bridges and said, that was a good game. He had 11 points. That was the good game. Oh, I'm going to take a couple of more calls and I got to get back to these exhibits. I see my man Grady High School in the building. Hold up. Got to get Grady High School in the building. Brooklyn in the house. Big time salute. And I got to get to the super as well. What's going on? Grady High School in the building.
No, he shouldn't go. Hell no, he shouldn't go. That man should stay in the starting lineup. And this is why.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's too late in the season to be tinkering with a starting lineup. It's sort of like a couple of shows recently. I called in and I said that the reason why I didn't believe Boston was good enough because you're implementing somebody so dynamic back into the offense. I feel like it will be the same thing with removing somebody who started his whole career and putting him on the bench. I know some people might think, oh, it's not like 2K. You can't just move him here and it won't have like a psychological effect on him. I feel like it's just too much. Maybe that's an off-season thing we can talk about. Maybe going into next season, say, you know what, we feel like we should give this a try. For this season, he absolutely needs to stay in the starting lineup. I think, like you said, Mike Brown has done a good job with identifying what everybody's role, I guess, should be, because when this team was built at the beginning of the season, I was like, maybe we have too many people, sort of like the early 2000s trailblazers, like where everybody was just too nice. you didn't know like what to get. I feel like everybody knows what they're supposed to be doing. The only thing, like people have said, especially you, about your client, he just needs to shoot better. I think if the shooting was better, I think everybody would be okay with it. But I don't think he's playing terribly. So, yeah, free my man Mikal, man. Everybody trying to send this man to the bench. It's too late in the season for all of that. It's way too late.
Man. Too late. Then if we talking about his bread, I didn't want to defend the money because I feel like I'm just a player appreciator, so I could never hate on nobody for getting no money, no matter how I feel about it. So I don't know. I might have to do something on that.
We'll possibly.
Yeah, we'll just leave that in the air.
I believe he has a switch though. I believe he's gonna turn on in the playoffs. And when I say turn on, I just think he's gonna shoot better. He's gonna be able to focus. The game plan is gonna be 7 games, up to 7 games against one type of player or 2 players that he might have to guard or something like that, and he can just get right mentally. Whatever he needs to do, I feel like he'll be way more locked in. Because I feel like angry Mikal, I feel like he has a beef with Boston or like certain people. It seems like he just gets up for them more, and it's like, no, I'm gonna show you that I'm nice, and he just isn't like that all the time. But I feel like in the playoffs, he can turn that switch on.
Of course. Yes. Of course. I'm not, listen, that's one brother. I'm not worried about him. I'm probably worried about Mikal the least because he shows up every night and he's going to play defense.
Yep. 2
things you can count on. Every night. Can you say the same thing for your other beloved Knicks? Just saying. I love them all, but I'm just saying. Got to keep it real.
It's the truth.
Got to keep it real. So
that's all I got,
appreciate
man.
you,
that's
man.
all I got.
I got you. Big time, man. I appreciate I ain't listened to the videos yet. I will, though.
It's all good. It's
Big
all
time.
Good. All right, man.
All right. Salute. It's my man, Gun Clap. Look, I'm about to get back to the presentation. If I miss your call, I'm gonna be taking more calls. Bam, as we jump back into PowerPoint mode. I hear you guys. I appreciate the people's feedback and response, and I hear you guys, but I am not done. Let's go to AD. I didn't even know they had exhibits where it's like double letters. I just learned that. I said, yo, do the exhibits go beyond Z? Anyway, so I want to talk about the recent performance. Since we've been talking about performances, and you know what? I might use this as an opportunity to jump into research mode too. Since we want to talk about the recent performances. And I want to say this. There's a such thing as an Iron Man tax, okay? And I believe where I got this from. This might be a hoop site quote. I don't know. If you want the sources, just email me. There's a such thing as an Iron Man tax. Bridges plays every single game. Salute to the people that said that. I was getting to that. His long, vaunted, active, consecutive game play streak continually growing is now over 625 games. While other guys tweak hamstrings, they sit out back-to-backs. Who is that sits out back? Those guys. Or take rest days. Didn't Captain just get a rest day? To get their minds and bodies right, Bridges stays on the floor. When fatigue hits, he just has to work through his slumps and heavy legs in real time. And we're likely, possibly, that's what we've been seeing before when he was in the slump. By the way, he's not in the slump no more. And I'm about to go back in research mode to show you that. But to all my last year people, and I debunked that in the first show, but we saw that a lot last season. So this is nothing new. We looked at the worst games from last season compared to this season, and you see the pattern is there. All that matters is the playoffs. And I'm going to talk about the playoffs in a second. All right. And so the mid-March days of the season, right? And we're trying to close in on the 2nd or 3rd seed. In the midst of his slump, he hasn't compromised our ability to win games. And we still were on the rise with Mikal struggling. All right. We're 20-7. Well, now I think we're 23-7 in the last 30 games. Okay. And we're sitting in a great position. We're a game and a half behind the Celtics. Okay, so I don't want to hear nothing about Mikal when he doesn't take no nights off like other guys. But I do also, since we're talking about the recent performances, go back into research mode really quickly because we get out of this Dante DiVincenzo, the guy who averages, I never seen a guy who averaged 12 points. Oh my God, if we had Dante back, oh man, we'll be so much greater. Oh Lord, he shoots 42% for his career. Nobody talks about that. He shoots 42% from his career. That means he misses 60% of his shots. But this is the guy y'all want back, and he averages 12.2 this season. This great weapon that we're missing. Oh my God, the weapon that we're missing. Oh no, not Dante. Right? And figure this ain't just for you. This is everybody who talks about Dante. I'm sorry, I'm just tired of it. Like that's like a matter of fact, when I hear Dante, I'm triggered. By the way, speaking of triggered, big time salute to my man BS2 10258. He says Mikal performance is why my fantasy team lost. Damn. That's cap. BS2, listen, you lost because your team is not good, dog. It had nothing to do with Mikal. And Mikal is not a fantasy guy because a lot of what he does not count for the stat sheet. Certain guys are better fantasy guys than others. Mikal is an off, like, you know, intangible guy. He's not a stat sheet guy. So you made the mistake by drafting my goddamn client. And don't put the loss on your weak ass team on my client. I'm sorry I went there, y'all. By the way, continue to smash that like button. All right. Salute to my man BS10258. That's my man, but he's a little delusional. I see you, J-Tap Ma, in the building. Uh-oh, Tugboat Taylor. Uh-oh, I see you. I see you, Tugboat. Big time salute to everybody in the building. Continue to smash that like button. And we get to research mode. So this is Mikal Bridges, right? So everybody want to talk about the slump. We want to talk about his shooting. But we're not going to acknowledge that, in the last 2 games, he looked pretty good. He looked pretty solid in the last 2 games. 14 points, 40% from 3. Now, I mean, he did put up the Dante DiVincenzo field goal percentage, right? But it was a win. I take it. He didn't hurt us. He also had 7 assists. Nobody talk about his assists going up. Nobody talk about that. Why y'all not talking about that? 14 in back-to-back nights. Ain't this what y'all wanted? Against Washington, he shot better. 6-11 from the field. 500% from 3. Where we going? What are we complaining about? All right? The brother is back on his grind. And to be honest, if you really want to keep it 100,000% funky, the real two, I mean, yes, he had other nights where he didn't shoot well. I'm not defending like he went 4 for 12, he went 3 for 10. I'm not defending that at all. But when you really think about it, the 0-point game, the 7-point game, I mean, even the 5-point game, you can't really make the 5-point game a big deal when we got a win against Utah. We started out super slow. He only played 27 minutes. But when you look at this slump and his bad games, we've been winning. But his shooting is coming back to form. That's all I want to say about his recent performance, man. We get ready to go into a postseason, and my client is returning to his form, his regular season form. All right? Get back to PowerPoint mode. Do a couple of more slides, then I'm going to open up the line. I don't think I'm going to do some of these slides are kind of quick. I try to make the slides quicker and simple, more simple. You know, so it's not a lot of stuff going on. Easy to read, easy to follow. Get in, get out. All right. So once again, the role, I harped on the role. He's not the primary option. He plays within the system. The reason why this slide is very important, especially because I feel like I have to consistently give context, right? So to the brother who said that we did bring him in here for scoring, or was that Figgy? That might have been Figgy. might have mentioned that, or both of y'all might have mentioned that. I do want to let you guys know that Mikal Bridges hit the percentage of his buckets in 2-point range that are assisted upon is 70%. So 70% of his shots, he has to be set up. Mikal Bridges isn't the rogue assassin that like Clarkson. Clarkson, Deuce, and Towns are the only ones on the team that doesn't have an assist percentage on their buckets over, I think Towns is around 50%. Everybody else on the team plays within the system, and there is no rogue, go get a bucket. He's playing within the system. This is why when y'all say, oh, well, he needs to score more. Well, if he's not scoring enough, then you need to blame Mike Brown because he's the guy in the system. And by the way, when we talk about the 14 points, the 15, he's just under 15 points a night. Once again, all right, my client is shooting around 49, just under 49% from the field. All right. He's shooting very well and 37.5% from the three overall. Don't allow the past month to make you fail to see the vision like something changed. Right? And he's pretty compatible with Towns and Brunson. Right? So for instance, by the way, for the last 2 Knicks in 10 shows, the best 3-man lineups had Mikal Bridges in there. I believe they both around like a +7. So he's impacting some of our most productive lineups when you're talking about plus minus. So for example, Karl Anthony Towns sees his true shooting percentage increase by 5.2% when Bridges is on the court. OG Anunoby, listen to this OG stat. OG Anunoby goes from shooting, this was the stat I thought I lost. I realized I did add it. Listen to this. OG Anunoby goes from shooting 31% from behind the arc without Bridges on the court to 38.5% with him on the court. How many of you guys knew that? So when you're talking about his compatibility with Deuce, that I didn't bring that to the table. I'm bringing the other starters up because I'm arguing that he needs to start. Deuce is a backup. I could give a damn about what his plus minus or whatever the ready rating is with them. Let's talk about with the starters. Towns sees his true shooting percentage increase by 5.2% with Bridges on the court. OG Anunoby goes from 31.1% behind the arc without Bridges to 38.5% with Mikal Bridges. Do you know what that means? My client who role is, hold on, do I got it on the previous slide? Oh, this slide right here. When we talk about the connector, that's what he's doing as a connector. He's getting more assists, right? Yes, he looks to pass the ball, Figgy, because he's third in assist on the team. And sometimes his job is to bring the ball up, to take the pressure off of Brunson from having to bring the ball up every single time. I thought that he wasn't good at it. And that's why I apologized. And then I took my apology back, but I might have to apologize again because I didn't account for his turnovers being down. He's a -6 on turnovers. That means he's efficient in his role as a connector. Y'all keep looking at money and y'all keep looking at picks and y'all just getting lost in the mix. The bottom line, his compatibility with these guys is outstanding. And I'm going to talk about Hart on the next slide. But let's go here because a lot of you guys, and this is to reiterate a little bit or to bring back a little bit what we spoke about in the first presentation that some of you guys wasn't on, the first core day. If you got an issue with Mikal Bridges scoring, you need to take it up with the collaboration because they are the ones that are in charge. This is a very important exhibit. AF, he's doing what he's asked. And I had to double down and come back here because this is similar to the exhibit that we had in the first show, but it's a little different. His teammates, or at least one of his teammates, spoke out about Mikal Bridges' role. That brother's name is Josh Hart. Big time salute to my man Josh Hart, who's playing phenomenal. I'm going to read it for you. Josh Hart says, for all you naysayers about Mikal Bridges, he's been doing what's asked of him. And I've said it before. When you are a guy, who for a year and a half with the Brooklyn Nets, when you're the number one guy and he's getting those plays called for him. Big time salute to Josh Hart. It's like he saw my first show, because that's what I told y'all in the first show. Go back and look at the first trial. I told you the same thing that Josh Hart is saying. When you go from a guy from the Brooklyn Nets, the number one guy, and he's getting those plays called for him. Once again, Mikal Bridges, 70% of his 2-point shots. Forget the 90+% his 3-point shots are. I'm not even talking about threes, because most people has a higher assisted upon on their threes. I'm talking about in the mid-range area where he creates. He is giving the ball 70% of the times on assists on his baskets. He's not out there manipulating fadeaways, crossovers to get a bucket. That's not what his job is. OG is the same thing. OG's just under that. Yeah, OG's doing a little bit more creating, but he still gets the majority of his buckets from being passed the ball to. Okay? He goes from that number one guy. And then last year, all right, he did not have many plays called for him. This year, he probably has even less plays called for him. So obviously, there's a mental hurdle he needs to get through, and that's something where some of us can help him. I think he gets some unfair flack. Salute to Josh Hart. He's doing my job for me. Just because he's doing what's asked of him. Did you hear that? He's getting the unfair flack just because he's doing what's asked of him, meaning that the collaboration has given Mikal Bridges this role. So like I said on the first day, if you have an issue with the picks, the money, okay, the points, take it up with the collaboration, because it's under their guys, under their administration, their role of executing the game plan, where they have this brother, Mikal Bridges, in the fourth dairy, not secondary, not third dairy, fourth dairy, not tertiary, a fourth dairy. Okay? He gets some unfair flat because he's just doing what's asked of him. And if we were to sit there and say, go shoot 15 shots a game, he would be efficient and he could do it. But that's not what's being asked for him. Got it? That's my man Josh Hart. Salute to Josh Hart. That's what this exhibit is. It should be called the Josh Hart exhibit. He's doing what is asked for. So if you feel a way, it's your perception. Blame yourself or blame the collaboration. The same guys who you want to praise. And then y'all want to get offended when I say, well, Leon Rose, he's on my hot seat, not Jim Dolan's hot seat, my hot seat. Because he told me our singular pursuit is to win a championship. And I can't guarantee a championship. I wouldn't guarantee it. So I feel uncomfortable, though I am confident, but I feel uncomfortable because I'm hoping you're not making false promises. Let's just say it like that. But my client, once again, he is doing what is asked of him. Couple of more exhibits and I get back on the phone lines. Okay, continue to smash that like button. It's very important for the algorithm. Hold on, let me see. Just make sure I'm good on the supers. Okay, I'm good on the supers. Okay, cool. So let me go to the next exhibit. All right. So the bench warmer narrative. All right. So you guys think that he needs to come off the bench. He's struggling. He's not doing what he needs to do. But when you think about it, your argument for him to go to the bench, it's only based on scoring. Or your perception of scoring, because I already told you, and I did the knowledge that his teammates play better when he's on the floor. His other starting teammates play better when he's on the floor. They shoot better. So it's your perception that he needs to come off the bench. But then when we talked about the guys, and the brother mentioned it, these are your options. Landry Shamet, who's solid. I like Landry Shamet. You got Shamet, you got Clarkson, you got Alvarado, you got Deuce. You're going to take out your 6'7" wing and replace him with a 6'3" guard, 6'1" guard. What are we talking about? Mikal does so much because, yes, he guards ones, but sometimes he guards three. And then what happens if you go against the Orlando Magic? What are you going to do then? Josh Hart's going to be matched up with Franz Wagner? Are we going to try to mix it up a little bit? What are we going to do? Mikal does a lot for us on the defensive end. Those guys are too small. And to be honest, realistically, only 2 of those guys should be playing. I'm keeping it real. 2 of those 4 guys should be playing. The rest of those guys, we use them if we need them. Use them as an emergency blanket. Because you got a big problem. I keep talking about the big problem. And right now, Mo Diawara is playing. But he likes the no center lineup. And I know when Deuce McBride gets back, he's going to play 3-point guards. Brunson, Deuce, Alvarado, let's go. You're going to get cooked. Cross matches, defense, transition defense. You don't have a replacement. I do agree that our starting lineup is sort of flawed a little bit. Maybe OG is turning into a power forward, but you really got 2 small forwards on the floor. You got 2 small forwards. If I was building the team, I would have got a real power forward and one of them. That's what I would have did if I was building the team. But right now, there are no trades, so we got to ride with what we got. And the best thing to do is to stick with what we have. I don't think it's wise, okay, to change that up. All right. I want to get to the playoff, but I'm going to take some more calls. I promise to get to the playoffs before the night's over. But the lines are kind of jammed, and I do got to make some callbacks. So as I get to the phone lines, continue to smash that like button. All right. Let's get the likes up. Got to get it to 100. Big time salute to my man Steven in the building. OKF Nation, I see you. J-Tap, I don't think that was by design, by the way, the circle of trust. Are we talking about Mitchell Robinson? Oh, Lord. Big time salute to Cleo in the building. I see you, Cleo. Great to see you. By the way, I see Cleo. She's always going to say, you need to tell people about the membership. Listen, y'all. There's never a better time than now to join the channel. OKF Nation. We got a lot of great things going on. We got members only Sundays. We got the members only Discord where we be up in there having great conversation, no trolls. It's a great place to talk, answer questions, ask questions, all those good things. Great way to extend the conversation with me. So that, you know, now is not a better time to not join the channel. Oh, I got a crazy update just now. My bad. But salute to Cleo. I know that's what she's gonna say. You gotta let them know. All right. Get these phone lines cracking. Where is my phone at? Too many windows once again. Too many windows. But I'm gonna return some calls. Let me see if I get my man Randu in the building. All right. And then I got you, Tugboat Taylor. And to everybody else in the queue, sit tight. I am doing callbacks. On the jam right now. 646-995-8389. Call up. Voice your opinion. If you don't answer, you can call back when you see you missed my call. Because I'm only calling back one time. All right. Try to get my man Randall next time. I know it's late. All right. Let me see if my man, let me get my man Tugboat Taylor in the building. All right. 646-995-8389. Call up. Voice your opinion. Uh-oh. Tugboat Taylor.
What's going on,
Mr.
man?
No Clock. Hey, man. We cooking with hot grease, man.
Oh,
Where we going?
It's too late to bench Bridges. So we can kill that. It's too late. That's an experiment. You know, Mike Brown does all this experimentation. That's an experiment that should have been tried before. So
right.
It's too late to bench my boy. But his performance, I mean, you said Leon Rose didn't hire him to score, but he did though, right?
You going against what Josh Hart said and what Mike Brown said. I'm just telling you what they said.
All right, so the Josh Hart thing, you got to kill that, bro. You got to kill that.
Why? I gotta kill that.
Why would a player denounce his teammate in the media? That don't even make sense.
Why would he speak up for his teammate?
Because that's what we do. I mean, and you say that all the time. I don't look at post game player conversations. Why? Because they're gonna give the most 2K response that they can give. So I don't know why you're using that in the defense now.
No, I mean, well, it's used in confluence because there's other examples of this being his role that I brought to the table. I covered that in the first trial day. I'm not sure if you saw that.
Yeah. No,
I'm just reiterating. Yeah, I'm just reiterating the evidence that I brought forward then. It's consistent with what was said previous. So it's just another piece of evidence. It's not the only thing. But yeah, he's asked to do what he's doing. It's by design. But go ahead.
And then the whole Dante comparison. I'm not on the we should have kept Dante trained, but when you compare Dante, you compare the Minnesota Timberwolves Dante. That's not our Dante. Compare him to what Dante was doing with the Knicks. It's way different.
Well, you want to do that in real time?
Oh yeah, we can do that. I got time.
Let's do that in real time. Why not? We're gonna go to the Dante DiVincenzo Knicks. All right, hold on. Let's get my man Dante back on the Summer Jam screen. Why not? Let's do it. I'm tired of hearing about it. Do you know? Okay, let's just get him back on the screen. We're gonna go to the New York Knicks Dante. So when he was with the New York Knicks, he averaged 15.5 points. That was his career high. 15.5.
No, we're not doing career. We're doing Knicks.
No, we're doing Knicks. I'm saying that was his career high. It was 15.5 points. Okay. He shot 44% from the field and 40% from three.
Right. So you already averaging more points than Mikal, right? Because you got Mikal on 14, and like it was
slightly more.
It's not a consistent 14. Dante at least gave you a consistent 15.
But Dante's not giving you a consistent 15. That's cap. He's not giving you a consistent. Don't let me go through his game log. Do you really want me to do this? He is not giving you.
Yeah, show the 30-point games that
he's not giving you. Okay.
Do the game log. We're gonna pull that up too.
Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So 8, 13. Hold on. Let me just make sure I'm in the right year. No, let me go to the right year. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm in. No, we're talking about 2004, right? 24.
Yeah.
All right. Let's make sure we get to the right year. All right. All right. Cool.
Because holding on to Mikal's Celtics is like holding on to Dante's Philly game.
Oh, you know what? I just thought about something. You know why this is not a fair comparison?
Okay.
Right? His numbers look great.
Right.
But Dante was the second option.
Say that again.
When Dante started for the Knicks, he was the second option.
Who was the starting five?
Hartenstein. Randall's shoulder got broken.
Oh, that's right. Randall's shoulder. Yeah, okay. I was like, yo, how you saying Randall's not in there? But I forgot. Yeah, Randall's shoulder broke. Okay.
Right. So it's not fair to compare because if Bridges was a second option, he'd be averaging 30 a game. Not 30, but like 20-something. Like close to 20. Not 30 something. I'm capping.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I was capping on that. Yeah, I definitely was capping.
Come on,
so
man.
I don't even want to go through the game log
I know you
because
don't want to do it because it's
no, because I can go through but I could go through Bridges' game log when he was asked to be that guy.
What, in the Nets? That's what we all hold him to. We hold him to that. We hold him to that factor. We hold him to that.
But the point is that y'all not getting is that he was asked to do that. You get that?
Okay.
Like he was asked to do that. Like Dante this year. This is why I like looking at Dante's game log this year, is because he's not asked to be the 20-point scorer this year. He's asked to be what Mikal is. He's like a 4th, 5th option in Minnesota.
Is he asked
That's
to have
his role.
0 points a game, 4 points a game, bro?
Well, Dante's doing the same thing.
What, with Minnesota?
In fact, yes.
Yeah, with Minnesota, bro. Yes, Minnesota. Come on, man. They got Anthony Edwards. It's a whole different.
We got Jalen Brunson. What are you talking about?
We got Jalen Brunson, but
we got Towns. We got OG. We got more than them. Facts. Our offense is way better than Minnesota. Come on, we got to stop.
That's true.
Where we going?
But all right, I ain't want to go deep down the Dante wave. I was just saying,
let's get off to that.
It's unfair to compare Knicks Dante to Minnesota Dante. It's not the same player.
No, but it's the same role.
Fair enough. But it's not the same team.
That's what I'm saying. Same. Okay. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you good. I don't know.
Also, really quickly, Dante was averaging like 18 as a starter or something like that. That's why I remember that. When he started, his numbers went up.
Right.
Okay.
When we won that cup, where was Mikal in the 4th quarter?
I think he was on the bench because Jordan Clarkson was out there. He had a bad night.
How did he have a bad night in a game that matters? This $500,000, this $500,000 on the table. How you have a bad night? We talking pressure breaks pipes. How do you have a bad night? Man. Like I said, we holding this whole playoff Mikal thing. So, all right, how about this? If playoff Mikal doesn't show up, are you gonna rescind your comments?
Yes, remember so that's going to be the ultimate decision is the playoffs. I just wanted to add my evidence to show why he should start. That's what my goal was tonight. I wasn't prepared to get into a Dante debate, but I was just stating my case why he should stay in the starting lineup.
He has to start. It's too late. It's too late in the season to be messing around with starters. And you know, Mikal, I ain't saying he's soft, but I'm saying he's a little bit emotional to the point where if you put him on the bench now, it's really going to decline his game.
I agree. I think that's anybody. Josh Hart, you put him on the bench. I don't
know. When you put Josh Hart on the bench, he worked his way back into the starting lineup. I'm not putting that on Josh Hart because we did that. We put him on the bench, and what'd he do?
But what was his numbers early on? Do you remember?
No, I don't recall.
His numbers shot up when he became a starter. He shot up to 16 when he became. By the way, and by him shooting up to 16 as a starter, that even further doubles down on my point that Mikal is not that guy. Because if Josh Hart has to get 16, okay.
All right, well, yeah, then I think we agree now. Mikal's not that guy. That's what everybody's saying. Mikal is not.
No. Let me clarify. I'm talking about that's not his role is to get buckets. That's all. That's what I was saying.
No. Look at Leon Rose's comments on the extension. We got Mikal
Leon Rose.
Yeah, the GOAT. Leon Rose.
He don't say nothing.
Bro, he put out a whole statement on Mikal's extension.
Can you go get that statement?
Oh, hold on.
Go get the statement. Let's pull it up. Let's read it. I want to hear where he said Mikal's supposed to average 20 a game. I need to hear that.
Oh, I mean, he don't say that, but he say he's supposed to be a two-way player.
He is a two-way player.
All right. We talk about
he's just not a 20-point scorer.
The whole debate is he's not a contribution on the offense. And that's the issue that that's what everybody's having the issue with.
That's cap, though. That's cap. He is a contribution on the offense.
I think there's some recency bias going on because we beating a bunch of midgets. And so a lot of people.
How long have you been watching the show? Did you hear the stats did you hear when I said that, for instance, Towns' true shooting percentage increases by 5.2% when Bridges is on the court? OG Anunoby goes from 31% from three to 38% from three when Bridges is on the court.
And
Why do you think that is?
I get the OG thing because OG gets the tough defensive assignment. So when Bridges comes in, he's also helping out on the defense, so OG can breathe a little bit on the offense. I get that.
Not only that, he's spreading the floor and he's a connector because he's a secondary, thirdary playmaker for others on the floor. He's averaging 4 assists a game on 1 turnover. That's a great assist to turnover ratio. You seen him handling the ball last night for Brunson. That's what he's been doing all year.
We ain't gonna talk about last night. Last night was a legendary game. That was
no.
Great
Forget
ball
his
movement.
shooting. Forget his shooting. I'm talking about him bringing up the ball and passing the ball with 7 assists. He's been doing that all year, bro. Y'all just not seeing that part of his game because he's shooting 1 for 8 from 3. So you missed the 7 assists.
No. The assists ain't no issue. I like him getting assists. I'm all for that. But 1 for 8
I'm just saying why they shooting better. That's all.
You can't just glaze over the 1 for 8 from the 3.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying why OG's shooting better and why Towns is shooting better is because of his playmaking and him being a threat. Because nobody's leaving him open. That's one thing you didn't see was him being left open.
We're just not going to defend that. Nobody's leaving him open, but it don't matter. Right. He's still bricking that thing. He's still bricking.
All right, Tugboat, man. I got some more callers, man. We've been talking for long enough. I do appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you,
OKF
man.
Nation Plus, man. Big time.
We locked in.
All right, salute. If y'all want to know why he gets no clock status, he's OKF Nation Plus. It's only 3 people who are OKF Nation Plus, and he's one of them. All right, I'm gonna try my brother. Hold on, let me see if Gino gonna answer. I'm not sure if I could get G. Hopefully, I could get my man out of BK. Then I'm gonna try to get Randall. 646-995-8389. Gino.
Yo.
I'm glad I got you, brother. How you feeling, family?
Man, I'm confused right now.
Okay.
Bridges should be starting.
Yeah, but you see the disdain for him. Do you see it?
Like, son, my mind is blown right now. Like, Bridges, no matter what, he a threat out there. You got to play him fair. You cannot leave him open. He a threat. He's a floor spacer. You can't. And all the facts that you did with them exhibits, I'm sorry, like those exhibits are entered. Like, they're admitted. Like,
that's
he's
facts.
Good.
Right.
He doesn't affect the team negatively at all.
Right.
Right. So he needs to stay starting. Now, the thing with his bread, I hate pocket watching.
Yeah, I hate that too.
The bread because you can use that bread to make bigger trades later on.
That too.
Right. And my thing with Dante, let him go. You got Deuce already.
That's a good one.
You got Deuce. What you want? Another 6'4" guard out there?
Right. Come on, dog.
And then let's be real. What's Mikal's natural position?
He's a 3.
And what's
really a 3?
Playing? What position is
he's playing the 2? He's playing the 2.
Okay. All right. So that's my thing. And then his assignments, he's getting people who's attacking the ring.
That's
straight up. Full force.
Full force.
You know how hard it is to stop somebody when they're running full, like fast at you? When they got to, like, let's be real. You know what I'm saying? So
I got you. Listen, really quick, I'm gonna pause you really quickly. I played in this tournament, right? I was playing Red Bull 3x3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guarding this dude. They say he in the G League. This dude was so fast, dog. For the first time in my life, I'm like, I have no business guarding this guy. I have no, and this is a G League guy. So I can only imagine what the real league guy's speed is. Yo.
Son, we used to do this drill in college where you would start you would start off full speed from half court, and you would meet him at the foul line, 3-point line, and you would have to stay in front of him. You know how hard that is?
Very difficult.
Yeah. You know how hard it is, but at the end of the day, Bridges needs to stay in the starting lineup. And
that's it.
To me, like, Look, all them exhibits is entered, and he innocent. I'm gonna be real
That's a
with you.
fact.
And his stats, like his shooting stats, is there. Like you
That's facts.
nailed everything. His usage rate is down.
Of course.
But
He's
he
a
got more
4-5
people
shooter.
around him.
Right.
Can't get
What
a
you want him to
rhythm
do?
like that. It's hard to get a rhythm.
Bingo.
You know, so it's like every shot you take, you have to hit. But
Yep.
it is what it is, you know. But that's all I wanted to say.
Man, great call, Gino. I'm glad I got you, man. Have a good one.
All right.
All right. It's my man Gino out of Brooklyn representing. Hold on. I'm going to try you one more time, Randall. Try you one more time. Get my man Randall on the line. To all the people whose call I missed, I'm calling back. Okay, I spoke to Tugboat. Yeah, I'm good on the calls. Damn, Randall, we keep playing phone tag, brother. Can't say I'm not trying. See, I know it's late, so, you know, I get it. We get my man Sean up in here.
Welcome to
I'm not sure
voicemail.
I'm not sure what his take. I'm not sure what his take is. I'm curious to see what my man Sean take is, though. Hold on, Randall. I'm gonna try you one more time. See if I get him on the line. Because I think he called again. 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion. I'm just here giving you these exhibits and trying to prove my client's case that he needs to start. Anything else would be uncivilized. Damn, Randall, I can't get you, man. I don't know what's up. See if I get my man Joe. Uh-oh, Joe in the building. What's good?
Yo, my bad, man. I didn't mean to call you the second time.
That's all good.
So, yeah, man. I mean, I hear what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, I just wanted to say again, I know I said it before, but I'm starting to see like YouTube videos pop up about Jordan Clarkson and his recent emergence, man. And I'm just loving every second of it. I don't know if you're seeing this going on, but hey, man, I don't know if you remember, but I was the one to say, I was like, yo, we got to get Clarkson back in the lineup. Joe from AZ.
Yo, I mean, I called it out too. I wasn't fighting for it, but I was like, yo, the offense is going down. You know, that's why I do the Knicks in 10 show. I see everything before it happens. I said, yo, the offense, yeah, it's sliding. We're going to need some impact. But I wasn't like, start Clarkson, or bring him in. I wasn't doing all that. Nah.
No, I know. No, it was funny. I was watching your exhibits. I saw one of your exhibits was Exhibit AC. I'm like, oh, man, I got to call in. AC.
Oh, yeah, man. I continue from the last time where we left off at. So now I'm arguing for Mikal to start. He has to start.
Hey, man. I mean, I kind of like him where he's at right now. I know I said we could, use him off the bench, but I don't see Mike Brown making the adjustment. I see him staying in the starting lineup. Right. But yo, man, Mikal Bridges, man, he's so selfless. Like, I feel like he's like everyone on the team, like even Cat and Brunson too. Like everybody on the team is so selfless. Like
yes, it's a problem.
If you look at the last game we just played, Mikal Bridges, he wasn't even looking at the hoop. He got the ball twice and passed it to somebody else. But that's good.
Getting off the rock. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. In my opinion, I want to see him moving the ball like that.
It's good only when you don't have grenades.
We can't put someone on trial that is purposely like it's not like this guy's purposely ball hogging and trying to get his shot every time he gets the ball, trying to get his. It's not like he's just trying to get points and he doesn't care about the team. Like he's putting the team first.
Right.
It's like it's kind of like that thing. If you save someone that gets thrown in front of a train and you jumped in front of the train and died, you went to heaven. You know what I'm saying? Yep. It's the same thing with Mikal Bridges.
Right. Exactly. No, you on the money. You on the money.
You can't put him on trial for this.
Good luck to these guys. I got to fight every day.
I'm saying, Mikal Bridges, man, you got to quit.
Thank you.
Bring down the
I
hammer.
appreciate that.
So, nah, man, I saw a lot of these exhibits you're posting. One of them was
it's a lot.
The one I liked the most was the percentage of it went from 77 to 55% when you take them off the floor.
Yes.
That proof is in the pudding right there, right? I mean, boom.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot of information, and I'm hoping y'all guys absorb it. I try to make it simple. I try to read clearly, but it's a lot. And it's a lot more, too, I took out. I took out some good stuff.
No, I think that's enough, man. He's good. Like, it was funny. I saw the picture too. He had the white shirt on. He's like looking at his face. He looks all guilty in the picture.
Yeah, salute to Maxine. She did that. Yeah, Maxine. She picked that photo out.
That was great. I was like, oh, is he really in jail? Like, because you look like the guy's holding the door open for him and everything.
Yeah. It looked like a jack officer, right? Yeah. She did her thing with that.
Like he's going in penitentiary, like he's a juvie or something. I don't know. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Hey, man, yo, salute to you. That was a good laugh, man. Yo, salute to you. Salute to the show.
Thank you,
man.
family.
Thanks for taking my call, man.
No doubt. Salute. I appreciate you, Joe.
One thing I gotta say though, man. Yo, Detroit, it's crickets.
Ooh, no, I got number 9. He did call. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna try to get number 9 on here, but he don't be on no trolling vibe.
Man, you said
he just
that
want
last
to talk.
time too. You said, "Oh, I got the Detroit coming on." You never got on. Come on.
No, but number 9. Remember, number 9 calls all the time.
Oh, not 9, not 7. Oh, okay.
No,
all
not
right,
7. 7 called one time. 7, he doing his thing, but number 9, he always calls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. They just lost to the Hawks tonight. I don't know if you saw that score.
No, but I'm going to watch it. But thank you, Joe. I got Randall calling. I got you, family. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right. Randall, I'm glad to get you, brother. I was trying to get you, man. We were playing phone tag. What's going on, man? Talk to me, man. Should I put my hands up in the bank? Where we going?
First thing is, I want to talk about Bridges.
Let's go.
Okay, the biggest problem is not how many points he averages. The thing is, a lot of games this year, and I do mean a lot of games, he's been inefficient on offense.
Okay.
Especially over the last 2 months. I ain't got a problem with him scoring 12 to 13 points a game.
Right.
As long as he is efficient.
Okay. But would you agree that on the year he's efficient? He's shooting 48.5% from the field and 37.2% from the three-point line. That's not good?
Well, yeah, but he need to be more consistent though.
Okay. I hear you. But are you taking him out the starting lineup? That's the question.
No.
Okay, that's what I'm defending tonight because there's some people that think that way, but salute to that.
And also, I want to mention something about Dante.
Mm-hmm. What about him?
When Dante was on the Knicks, during that year we was in the playoffs, from 3 he shot 42% from 3.
Yeah, I think it was like 40. No, I think it was just flat 40. 40.
No, it's
not
42%. 42. It was 42%.
You sure?
Yeah.
This one I just looked at it. Let me go back to it. Go right back to it. Hold on. Go to Dante DiVincenzo overview. Yeah, he shot 40% from 3. Not 42, 40. I'm looking right at it. I go to research mode, 40% from 3. But he shot 44% from the field. If Mikal did that, y'all would lose your mind. Oh my God. He's not efficient. Dante shoot 44%. Yay, he's the greatest. Okay. I didn't make up the numbers. I'm just showing you was there. Mm-hmm. And also too, another thing, the Dante in the Knicks, his role was different. He was a second, third option. When Randall went down, his scoring shot up. He was averaging 25, 30, 18 as a starter. That his role was different. That's not Mikal's role. Mikal is a fourth option. That's the role he's playing. What do you want me to say?
Right.
I think I proved my case on that one. I gave you the Mike Brown comment. I gave you the Josh. I don't know what you want me to do. You know, it's your perception that thinks he has to do more. Because, we gave him all this money. That's not what they asking. You know? But I appreciate you, Randy. I'm glad I got you on the line, man.
Yeah.
Big time. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll be back.
All right. Salute.
Salute. It's my man, Randall. Glad I got him. Let me see if I get my man Sean from Virginia on the line. Hopefully he answers. If not, I'm going to move on. At least you can't say I didn't call back. Now make sure I get quick on the trigger with this one. Sean?
Yes, sir.
Sean, are you there? Oh, let's go, Sean. How you feeling, family?
Yo, I'm feeling great, man. Just listening to everything. Feeling great.
Okay.
Can't complain.
That's what's up. Where we going? Mikal starting? What we doing?
Where we going? Well, first thing I want to say is I don't understand the Mikal slander. I really don't. Because to be honest, he needs to stay in the starting lineup. Changing the starting lineup, that is out of the question. Taking him out of the starting lineup, that is out of the question. My debate is, what is with the slander, though? Understand he's inconsistent, but the defensive side, he's been putting his best in. He's playing his role, just what Josh Hart said. And what Josh Hart said is exactly, to be honest, I like what Josh Hart said. Because he's in the locker room. He knows the camaraderie. He knows exactly what's going on. So
Thank you.
For anybody to say, Josh Hart need to be quiet, especially bum-ass Stephen A., excuse my language, I don't need to listen to what he say. He got.
Oh God, I saw a clip today where he was talking about he's gaining. I saw I didn't watch it. I said not today. I'm not giving him the power today. I'm just walking right by it. But I seen he's getting more confident no, stay over there, Stephen A.
Stay
We're
over
gonna
there.
lose.
Exactly.
It's over. Remember? Stay over there, please.
Exactly. Now, with me is with Mikal, the only thing I just want more of him is just to shoot a little more, take it to the rack. Now, I understand that's not what he is, though. He's not a finesse player. He's really just a straight up little shooter. Once he get that shot going, he's good. I don't know percentage-ly, but he is I want to say he's like top 5 in corner threes in the NBA right now.
He's up there. And also, remember, he's shooting on the year 37.2% from 3 and 48.5% from the field.
Exactly.
So that's efficient right there.
If people was watching the game last night, just like you said, I'm gonna add on to what you said. The man had 7 assists last night, and he was really facilitating the offense when he had the ball in his possession, starting the possession. He was the one facilitating. So I'm just not sure with the Mikal slander. Now, caller said we gotta stop talking about the Boston series. To be honest, if it weren't for the Boston series and if it weren't for Mikal, we wouldn't have been in the conference final. We wouldn't even have probably won that series. So
that's a fact.
We gotta at least hold that against him. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
If it weren't for Mikal, we probably even be in this position what we talking about right now. Let's get it straight. Last thing I want to say. Now, I was talking with some people in the live section a little earlier. They were saying they was worried about Mikal in the playoffs. I was saying I'm worried about Mikal too, but I'm more worried about just his jump shot. Once he get his jump shot going, once he get his jump shot flowing, I feel great about it. If he don't get that going, that's where I'm a little iffy about in the playoffs. That's where I'm
Then we just cut his time. That's it. Just cut his time and get somebody else to shoot. That's it.
Well, that too, and also I think one last thing. I think with Mike Brown benching him in the fourth quarter is putting in his mind like, look, let me get everything together. Let me get my confidence back. Because we're going to need him in the fourth quarter. We cannot bench him in the fourth quarter in the playoffs. We need him
Right.
out there. The defensive side, the 3 balls that he can shoot, off balance, just straight up pull up and just shoot. We're going to need that, especially against Detroit, especially against whoever else we face.
I feel you, man. Big time salute, man. Great call.
Yes, sir.
I
Yes, sir.
appreciate
Yes,
you,
sir.
family. All right.
Appreciate it. I'll be
No
here.
doubt.
I'll be listening.
All right. Salute.
Yes,
That's my man Sean out of VA. Hold on. I did get a call back. So my man, OKF Nation Plus, he wants to get on the line. Hold on. Let me just make sure it's for him, because you could donate a call back for somebody else. Hold on. Let me just make sure it's for him, because sometimes he does that. And I'm going to get the brother back on the line. But yeah, you can, order a call back for someone else. Okay, yeah, it's for him. Let me get him on the line. All right. And then to all the people who I just met, damn, I got some heavy hitters. I'm going to get y'all. Let me just get this guy. Uh-oh. Where we going,
Short and sweet.
Uh-oh.
Weren't you trying to coin and trademark the term disappearing act?
Yes, I technically created that. Yeah,
who are you talking about when you said that?
Mikal Bridges.
Why?
Well, because I found it odd that so much time will elapse where he doesn't even look at the ball, probably doesn't even touch the ball. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Yeah.
So why?
There's a couple of reasons
why are you confused at the rebuttal or even the support for that statement of Mikal is a disappearing act?
Well, I did my research and my homework, and I came to the conclusion that we were basing our perception on our thoughts of what his role should be instead of what his role is. Now, you could use the term disappearing acts when he's not hitting his shots.
We don't use the term because you came up with it.
Well, I'm just saying, but when he's not shooting the shots, he's not shooting well, that you could technically use it for that. But for him not getting enough shots or not being the focal guy in the offense, so I kind of put a clarity on the disappearing acts by learning exactly what his role is. So I don't even like to use it, because if Mikal is not getting shots, because that's where it started from, him not getting shots, not just missing shots, but not getting shots. But it's the collaboration and the game plan for him not to get those shots. So you got to take it up with those guys.
What's the stats on Mikal getting benched in the fourth? Have we lost those games?
I don't know.
Shout out to my boy Sean. Shout out to Virginia. But when Mikal gets benched in the fourth, I think we win those games. Like I said, I'm all for him starting, but I'm all for him getting benched in the fourth. He don't need to be closing games.
Yeah, I'm not defending that. I'm only defending him starting the game.
That's what everybody's saying. Why are we talking about a guy who can't even close a game?
Well, no, that's not true. Come on, we seen him close games. Come on, dog. You can't say that.
And we seen him get benched in the fourth.
But did that happen the last 3 games? Did it happen the last 3 games?
Come on, man. I told you, we're playing a bunch of midgets. We can't count the last 3 games.
All right, so we're going to see in Charlotte whether or not he get benched.
No, we're going to see in OKC.
Charlotte's a good game. That's a good game.
Charlotte's a great game. But we really going to see what's going on in OKC. That's where the Mikal conversation needs to start. OKC.
Well, he took the most shots the last time we saw OKC. Do you want to go there? When your man Towns and Captain, they disappearing acts, we could put that on them. Towns had 5 shots.
But that was come on, man. You know what's don't cue the music. That was a whole conversation we had about Cat being put in the dark ages, and we had a whole debate on what's going on with Mike Brown and Cat. That was during that time. So we can't even get biased on that. Because we all acknowledged that Mike Brown and Cat, it didn't look correct. So all I was saying was you coined the term disappearing act and you put that on Mikal, and now you're sitting here defending this man.
I am.
You defending the disappearing act. You defending the invisible.
No. I'm not defending I redefined it. That's what I did.
What's a new definition?
If he's not shooting well, that's when it's disappearing acts. Not when he's not shooting enough shots.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Tugboat Taylor.
Likewise, brother.
I appreciate the support, man.
Yeah, man, always.
All right. Hold on. I got to get my man. Hold on. Got to get my man Ty. And I got to get my man J-Tap, OKF Nation Plus. Got to get my man Ty on the line, man. Uh-oh. Mr. MVP callback in the building. Where we going? Uh-oh. Are you triggered?
Nah. Yo, fam. So, Mikal, right?
Yes.
I don't know if we all watching the same thing.
Okay.
Look, last night, the most beautiful thing happened was when Mike Brown put the ball in Mikal's hands to bring the ball up to give Jalen a break. Then Jalen was able to hit those clutch shots.
Right.
I'm not Mikal. See, just because you start don't mean you finish, and just because you finish don't mean you have to start. So, Mikal, I think we should play Mikal upon matchups. When we playing against tough wings, let him start whoever's on the floor. Like, so, for instance, if Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are out there, Mikal should, when whoever comes in the game, Mikal need to be in the game to play them boys. I'm not so concerned with Mikal starting or being benched because I think it should be on a game-to-game basis. It's all about matchups and strategy. Style makes fights. So at the end of the day, if we playing against a heavy wing team, like Shai Gilgeous. So when we play against OKC, we're gonna need Mikal out there. When we play against Boston, we're gonna need him out there. But when we're playing against teams that's like pretty big or pretty small, Mikal might need to, he might need to find a way to fit in. And Mikal bringing up the ball was a beautiful idea because now you're putting the ball in his hand. You're getting the ball, like he said, the ball doesn't find him. The ball finds the algorithm. So if Mikal is bringing up the ball, giving Jalen a break, now Jalen can focus on shooting. Now Mikal can ball out. That's why Mikal had so many assists last night. We're not peeping because he was bringing up the ball. We got Mikal over here for multiple reasons, not just scoring, not just defense, but his basketball IQ. And so if Mikal can give us that in efficiency, now we cooking. Now we cooking. Because if you're using Mikal's basketball IQ, he's really smart on the basketball court. We can't look for him to be like the rest of them. He's not a Jason Tatum. He's not a Jaylen Brown. He's not them. He's Mikal. Mikal was a 3-and-D. Mikal could shoot the three. His mid-range is probably the best in the game outside of Shai. And the captain, because Jalen shit is ridiculous.
Yeah, he get busy.
Yeah. So, but Mikal, remember, Mikal, foul line in and all of that, Mikal kills that. Don't let him get hot with that, but keep the ball in his hand. Allow him to bring the ball up. That's what gets Josh Hart going. When Josh Hart brings the ball up, they get the rhythm of the ball. But when you ask them Mikal to come in, you passing him up 4 or 5 possessions in a row, then you kick it to him and want him to shoot the ball. I mean, any of us, it might be cold. I mean, it's a good thing if he hit it open, if he hit it and, he might get on a streak. But at the end of the day, he got to get the rhythm of the ball, man. He got to get the rhythm of the ball. So I really, truly believe that Mikal should be a game-to-game, and he has to finish the game. Him being benched in the fourth quarter, it's almost psychological. You got to let him, because he hits big threes in the games he does. He make big plays, and he hit big three-pointers. So.
And remember, he has the best defensive field goal percentage in the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter, that's why I said his basketball
clutch defense.
IQ, he locks players down. And if they could be cooking them all game, but when it comes something about the fourth quarter, yes,
he settles in. That's a fact.
Yes. So we got to look at the whole, the projection of what's going on. Because look, last year we can't go for last year. This is a new year. We can't go for last year. We can go for last year as far as statistics, but this is a new year. It's a new animal. So we gotta look. We don't expect Jason Tatum to come back. He's back now. So I'm gonna let you go. But
big time.
Like I told you, I'm off of Mikal on that. I think the playoffs are getting ready to come around. I think we about to see the best. We about to see Mikal start balling because I like the ball. I agree. Bring the ball up.
I agree. Thank you, family.
All right, fam. All right.
All
Peace.
right. Peace. Great call. He's one of the MVP callback. Speaking of callbacks, if you do want to call back, all you have to do is send in a donation, Cash App, Super Chat, Linktree, whatever you desire, and we'll get you right back on the line. All right. Those are the rules. Everybody gets the first 3 minutes. But, you know, some of the people you see calling, these guys are like either OKF Nation Plus. Oh, damn. What am I doing? Or they're this MVP callbacks. You feel me? They call back all day. Like last night, it was crazy. We had so many people calling back to back. It was wild. I mean, hopefully my man J-Tap's still available. OKF Nation Plus, Mr. No Clock J-Tap. 646-995-8389 if you want to talk about Mikal Bridges starting. I still got a couple more exhibits too. I told you I had like 20 more. I was not exaggerating. I had to delete like 10 of them. Hopefully J-Tap is available. J-Tap, I know you there, man. You in California, man. You got to stop. It's only 9 o'clock out there.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying.
All right, J-Tap, call back when you're ready. All right, so those are the rules. Hold on. Was that to wake us up? Man, salute to Figgy. Figgy be going in. Look, I ain't done, man. J-Tap, whenever you ready, call back. I'll get you right on the line. All right, cool. So look. So where was I at? Was I here? I was at AG? Yeah, I was at AG. All right, bet. I ain't done, man. AH. All right. Hold on. Whoa. We gotta slow it down. Hold on. I just seen something in the Cash App. Okay, Sean from VA wants to call back. Hold up. Sean from VA, I got you. All right. My man was triggered. We get my brother on the line. I just gotta get to my phone now. When I do the PowerPoint, it's like my windows are cluttered. Get my man Sean from VA back. But that's the example of how a callback works, all right? For the record. Sean, VA, you're back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm back.
Where we going? Hands up in the bank, man. The hands are up in the bank. Where we going, man? You tell us where we want to go.
we going back on the previous caller, not the last one. The previous caller before that said something a little interesting. He said something about he want to bench Mikal in the fourth quarter. Me personally, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think so. Because Mikal is literally your fourth or third ball handler. Now, let's say hypothetically, Jalen Brunson's getting shut down, Cat is getting shut down, OG is getting shut down. That leaves Josh Hart and Mikal. Who are you gonna trust more, Josh Hart or Mikal? Let me hear your opinion on that.
Man,
who would you trust more?
Honestly, I have to keep it real and say it depends on who has it going. Because both of those guys make play. Like last year or the year before last year, Josh Hart was like #1 in clutch buckets, like percentage.
Right.
I was like,
he was.
What?
He was.
Like, that was wild. You would never thought that.
You would never thought that. But for some reason, Josh Hart, I don't know, last game, he was just a little shy to shoot the ball lately. He's been a little
You know what?
shy
Really quick,
shooting that
I
ball.
got it. I got you. I would go with Mikal. You said handle because Mikal only averages 1 turnover. So I would bank on that more. Okay.
I would bank on that more. So I would bank on Mikal more. Mikal is just, to me, Mikal is the X factor to our whole playoff success. If Mikal is playing his brand of basketball and his defensive basketball, we are going to be unstoppable in this playoff, and I really do see us making it to the final. If Mikal is not playing good basketball, we are going to struggle. We have enough pieces to make it to the finals. By actually hosting that championship, my bet is my X factor is on Mikal. Mikal has to, because to me, Mikal is the defensive piece. Now you can say Mitchell Robinson, we can say OG, but you bring up some good stats, man. When Mikal is on the court with OG and Cat, they shooting percentages up. Why?
That's a
Because
fact.
he's facilitating. He's getting them boys in position, you know?
Bingo.
And also when he's making his shots, if he's getting the boys in position and facilitating for them, and then his shot is making, it's gonna be a long night for anybody playing us. It's gonna be a
Thank you. I'm
long
glad you
night.
see it. I was hoping they got that.
It's gonna be a long night. We haven't even seen. Well, we did last night. We seen most of the starting five scoring double digits, and I want to say what 2 people off the bench had double-digit points too.
Yep.
The Pelican game.
Yep.
We haven't even seen our whole starting five really ball out. We haven't seen it. I feel like this offense can click into another gear. And once Mikal finds his confidence back and get that shooting going, man, we are going to be unstoppable, man. We're going to be unstoppable.
No, I agree.
Yeah, man, it's just making me a little upset with the Mikal slander, man, because if Mikal was not here last year and if it weren't for him in the playoffs, where would we be? Let's just be real honest with each other here. Why do we think Leon Rose paid him the money? Leon Rose did not tell him to come here, hey, we need you to score 20 points and we need you to be the best player that you was back in Brooklyn. No, he did not say that.
Thank you.
We came here to say, look, we want you to play defense and we want you to shoot threes. When Jalen Brunson and Cat is off nights, then that's when we want you to come in and score and do what you do. But besides that, your role is to come here, play defense, shoot threes, and facilitate when we need to. That's it. He's literally playing his role. Like, I'm not understanding why everybody is being mad at that. He's literally playing his role.
Thank you, family.
Hey,
I
man.
appreciate you doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anytime, man. I appreciate the pickup, man. Hey, salute to you.
I also
again.
appreciate the support as well, family.
Oh, yeah, always, man. Always. Matter of fact, I'm about to join the members now so I can get 3 callbacks.
Yeah, that's the OK F Nation Plus, man. But I appreciate you, family.
Yes, sir. Anytime. You got more coming to you, man. Stay blessed.
Thank you, family. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, by the way, that's why if you're wondering why guys call up with no clock, I take care of the OKF Nation Plus people just to give them a little bit, more because they support. So J-Tap, if you're there, call back anytime. All right, hold on. Let me get back to the I got a couple of more slides I'm gonna do because I don't want to over super do the information. I try to keep it simple. One of the things I learned was, if you're doing a presentation, try not to put a lot of information on a slide. So I try to keep my slides simple as possible. Because if I wanted to do the slide how I wanted to do it, I would have had the whole quote on the slide. No, I could just read the quote out and give you something to look at. This is what we're talking about, and not try to overindulge your mind with so much information. All right, because it's a lot, and then I get overwhelmed. I'm doing this. I'm trying to figure out how to make this simple. Very difficult to do. All right, let me get back to the PowerPoint. All right, so yeah, don't overreact. This is the next one, right? Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm at AH, right? I did AG. Yeah, I cannot really read my goddamn handwriting. Okay, but don't overreact. I think I wanted to show the recent stretch. That's what I wrote down. I already showed the recent stretch that his shooting has kind of somewhat returned to regular season form. But I think that a lot of times when you overreact, you're calling for things based on your emotion and your perception, right? It was a very short stretch, the 0, the 7, the 5. But the 5, we won the game. The 0 and the 7 was more alarming for me, especially the Clippers game, because I was praying that the defense didn't regress after we worked so hard to get the defense right. You could say what you want about these teams, Utah, Indiana, twice, Golden State, right? Brooklyn, Washington, New Orleans. These games are important games because they are like mindset builders. It's like it becomes contagious. It becomes something that you embody. You're going with success. And I think that I wouldn't be surprised if we win the next 3 games. I'm not guaranteeing wins for the next 3. But don't allow shortcomings like the LA games to take your mind off the big picture. And the big picture is that Mikal Bridges has shot the ball well overall on the season. And he has plenty of time to get back to where he was at. Now, yeah, this is lineup speculation. I don't want to spend too much time here. You guys are speculating lineups. Who do we go with? Is it Deuce? Is it Mitch? Oh, I'm glad that y'all learned y'all lesson, by the way, by not talking about Mitchell Robinson. No, Mitchell Robinson does not need to start. Sorry, I got too much content on it. I make sure I keep a slide on it when I do the Knicks in 10 show. The double big lineup is not the solution. So please don't come to me with that. All right? I don't want to go there tonight. That might trigger me like the Dante conversation. All right? I'm going to keep it moving past this one. Now, the on-off, I got this slide here for a reason because, you know, damn, I didn't put the D on defense. Hold on. It's going to drive me crazy. Let me do that really quickly. All right. I kind of got like, I don't think I have OCD like clinically, but like when I see stuff off, it just drives me crazy. So I can't just continue like I don't see it. So yeah, I just had to make that change. Anyway, the reason why I got the on-off impact is because if I were to just put, and this is what people do to deceive, and I don't like it. So you see the on-off defensive rating is less than the with him on, right? Or it's better rather, because less is better with defensive rating. But what about the other stat? What about the offensive rating going up? And what about the net rating pretty much staying the same? The only reason why I'm showing this slide is because the numbers are pretty much the same. He's not negatively impacting the team. And when you're talking about defensive rating, you got to understand that Mikal plays with one of the best 3-man lineups, which is he, OG, and Towns. That's the best 3-man lineup the Knicks have consistently for the majority of the season. But then he also plays with weaker lineups as well. Remember, he plays with the bench. They have a kind of like a makeshift lineup where they keep 2 starters on the floor most of the time, unless it's Brunson. Brunson is the only starter. If you notice, when you watch the games, Brunson is the only starter that plays with the 4 bench guys. And that's mostly in the first quarter and sometimes in the third. Depends on how they do the rotation. But the first quarter is the only time you see Brunson playing with all 4 bench guys. And it's for a short period of time. Usually you see 2 starters on the floor. But you can't use the on-off. That's the only reason why I'm going there. Can't use the on-off to try to get me on the point. All right. Hold on. Let me just make sure I'm on cue. Make sure I'm on code right now. All right. I'm going to keep it pushing because I do want to touch on the playoffs. I actually don't need my exhibits to touch on the playoffs, but I'm going to use this as an opportunity to talk about the playoffs. All right. So lineup consequences. What happens when you bench him? You're going to lose your versatility, your size too. Right? You're definitely going to lose your size, and you run the chance of weakening the lineup. Though Deuce McBride is a plus-minus guy. Big time salute to Deuce McBride. You know, he does well when we talk plus-minus. Right. But I want to talk. I want to talk about the lineup consequences with the postseason, and I'm just going to read off some playoff stats because y'all just make it seem you're trying to undermine Mikal Bridges' role in the playoffs when you say, you talk about the playoffs, it's just one game, it's just 2 games. But game 1, Mikal, this was in the Boston series. He had 5 points. net zero. All right. If you care about plus minus. But throughout all 4 quarters of regulation before hitting the clutch jumper in overtime and manhandling literally Jaylen Brown for the game's ceiling steal. The reason why I'm going here, and I don't have to go here because we've seen it this year too. Mikal Bridges is what you can call a clutch defender. I don't think it's wise keeping him off of many fourth quarters because he can make defensive plays down the stretch of games when you need him to. So I don't think we should take that lightly. All right. Game 2, he was nowhere to. Oh, this was the game 1 was the 5 points, period. But game 2 was the first, in the first 3 quarters, he was 0 for 8. That's the disappearing act. The new Mikal disappearing acts is when he's not shooting well. He went 0 for 8 in the first 3 quarters of play. It's not when he's not shooting. It's when he's not shooting well. And then in the fourth quarter, he had 14 points, 6 of 10 shooting from the field, and led the charge to a comeback, 93-90. He had the same impact this year in Denver. Remember, he only had 2 points or something. He didn't have much points. And then in the overtime, he hit a big 3 after missing all them shots. This brother is a clutch defender, and he has somewhat, I'm not going to say he's clutch offensively. I'm going to say he does have the tendency to hit big shots in big moments. All right? And listen to this for my Dante DiVincenzo people. Prior to the All-Star break, Mikal Bridges was producing a quite admirable 15.9 points, 14, I'm sorry, 4.2 rebounds, 4.1 assists, and 1.4 steals while shooting 50+% from the floor and 38.6% from deep in 34 minutes per night. That was this season. Basically the Dante numbers. He was putting up more than the Dante numbers in the first half of the season. Then his shooting became to struggle. All right. That's when it dropped to 10, 3, 3.1 assists, 1.2 steals, and 40% shooting on 30.6 since the All-Star break. Up until this point, this article is not the most current. But you got to let him work through his slump. It's called Iron Man fatigue. What did they say it was? Hold on. That wasn't me, by the way. I got this from Daily Knicks or Hoops Hype. He said, the Iron Man tax. Okay. And also, I want to go to research mode just a little bit, just so I can look at the playoffs a little bit more. Hold on. All right. I want to look at the playoffs a little bit more with Mikal Bridges. All right. I think that, damn, I forgot. I got to watch 2 games tonight, too. Damn. I got to watch 2 Charlotte games. I'm already pretty much putting together my scouting report for tomorrow. We're going to break down the Hornets game. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Got too many goddamn windows. Let me just start from scratch. All right. I'm gonna pull up Mikal Bridges once again. I think that based on all of the exhibits, I got more. I think I'm gonna cease the exhibits there. If you guys want to call back, you can. But I want to look more at the playoffs. So in the playoffs, his shooting did dip to 33% from 3. But on the regular season, he only shot 35.4%. So I mean, yes, it's a minus. That is not good. I'm not arguing for it. But let's take a closer look. Let's go to the game laws in the playoffs, because one series can drop down your average. Damn. The hell? So yeah, we talk about the 2 games in Boston. But, what about his Detroit performances? I mean, He shot 40% from 3, 50% from 3, 50% from 3, 37.5% from 3, 42% from 3. All right. The last game was a struggle. Oh, what the hell am I looking at? I'm looking at the wrong goddamn year. My fault. I'm in his first. Damn, he got some games on him. How many games he played? My bad. I'm looking at that like that was this year. I'm like, I don't remember that. I don't remember the 1 for 6. All right, but this is the Detroit series last year. All right, I just want to look at some of the shooting percentages. Now he had a bad first game from 3. He had a bad first 2 games. Then he shot 50%, 33%, 40%, 25%. All right. Forget the points. 20, 19, 8, 8, you know. The field goal percentage, 44%. The Dante percentage, 44%, 53%. This was a bad game, game 4. Even though we won this game, this was a bad game for him. I don't want to cap for my client, but he did play 43 minutes. That's a lot of minutes. But yeah, he had a bad shooting game. But the rest of the games weren't that bad. 68%, 43%. I take it. 17, 25. Yeah, I would say he had a decent Detroit Pistons series. What say you? How many points do you think he averaged in Detroit? 25, 17. So if you take away the 8-point games, he's averaging 20 in these 4. Add the last 2. Too much math. But I think he's averaging a good amount of points in this series. And of course, the Boston series, he had some good games. Defensively, he made the plays in the first 2, but in game 3, he shot 60% from the field. Yeah, he missed 2 twos. All right. In game 4, he shot 52% from the field, had a bad 3-point shooting night. The threes wasn't falling. All right. And then game 5 was the worst game for me of him, to be honest. You know, 28%. We lost. That's why we got smacked. But 4 for 14 from the field is terrible, Mikal. But then he had a 9. Did he bounce back? So usually when he has a bad game, he bounces back. This is another thing I wanted to highlight. 8 points, 19. 8 points, 17. Boston, 8 points, 14, which is not the greatest because he didn't shoot the greatest, but we did win the game, so I ain't tripping. All right? 9, 22. So usually my client, when he has a bad game, he fouls it up with a decent game. Now you fast forward to Indiana. People say that Mikal had a bad series. Now, yes, from 3, I don't think he shot the best in most of the games. He definitely, half of the game, you pick your poison on that. Pick your poison. But in the Indiana series, my client did not score less than 10 points in that one game in the Indiana series. How many of you guys remember that? Are we going to give my client any credit for that? This was the series where your beloved OG Anunoby got cooked by Pascal Siakam. Do y'all remember that? I'm not trying to knock OG Anunoby, but when we look at the playoffs, it's not as bad as you think it is. All you got to do is go to Basketball Reference, go to game logs, go to career playoff, and actually look at the goddamn games. And I think this is probably his best playoff of his career was this year. I mean, the Brooklyn year, he only played, 4 games in the Brooklyn? Hold on, let me go to the overview really quickly. Yeah, he only played, hold on. Right, he got swept. So yeah, he averaged a 23, which looks good, by the way. My client did average 23 points on 40% shooting from 3 in the postseason. His 2-point shooting wasn't great, but he did do that. You could make the argument that last year was his best playoffs in his career. So when y'all say he was bad against Indiana, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, wait till we look at the numbers. Oh, number 9, my bad. Hold on, number 9. Number 9, my fault, man. I lost you in the queue, my brother.
Yo.
How you feeling, man? You on the air? My bad, bro.
Oh no, you good, brother?
I meant to get to you sooner. I saw you, and then I jumped to something else. I think I got a super or something like that. But what's going on, man? How you feeling?
Doing great. Yeah, I was checking in on your Mikal Bridges show. Yeah, it's very I just want to put my little 2 cents in. Here's the thing about Mikal Bridges and the state of the NBA. See, Stephen A. Smith is talking negatively about Mikal Bridges. That's getting national attention. As far as other basketball networks and programs and YouTube channels and that. And the thing about that is it doesn't matter whether he plays good or bad, whether the Knicks lose or win in the playoffs. When the fans turn on you, that's when it becomes a problem. When Knicks fans start to boo Mikal Bridges, or when they start getting a negative connotation about when he checks in the game and he starts missing shots and missing game winners, that's when it becomes a problem. That's when players get traded. That's when they no longer see you as an asset. And that's when ownership and GM start to look at you as we made a wrong move. Just like Anthony Davis over there in Dallas, how the Luka trade impacted him getting traded again from Dallas because they like we no longer had that stench. The fans have turned on Anthony Davis, just like back in the day when y'all had Stephon Marbury. It's hard to please New York fans. When you got them, you got them. But once they turn on you, that's when it becomes the issue. So we know you see the value in him. We know some hardcore Knicks fans gonna see the value. But once the big fan base, once you at the games and those fans are like boo, that's when it becomes an issue.
I got you. I can't even argue that because Stephen A. Smith has way more views and influence than me.
Exactly.
And people listen to his nonsense and they come on here spewing that crap. It's very annoying. So I can't even debate that, brother. I really wish I could. It's a sad truth.
And he was on his head the other day. I was watching Mikal Bridges. We traded 5 picks for you. I mean, can you make a basket? Can you get all those antics? I mean, they gave it. He got Jalen Brunson got his homeboy. They got rid of DeVincenzo.
Yeah, another dumb narrative, man.
Exactly.
And then they talk about Dante. Look, really quick, I got you put, but they talk about Dante, right? Dante's averaging 12 points a game on 40% shooting from the field, 41% shooting from the field. And we're acting like, oh my God, we should have kept him.
Well, I mean, I see your point in that, but it wasn't a even trade. It wasn't just a Dante for, you know what I'm saying? You got picks back from that trade. So it ain't you can't really compare them one-on-one because it wasn't just
we didn't get picks. It was Randall and Dante for Town, straight up. No picks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no pick. It was straight up.
Right. Because I became a Mikal Bridges fan because I'm a big Chris Paul fan. Chris Paul is my favorite player of all time. So I was watching him in Phoenix when he was balling, you know what I'm saying? Right. So then when he went over to the Knicks, I mean, Chris Paul, out the league, Chris Paul ain't no longer the player, but yeah, he got an unorthodox shot. But they can say whatever they want about Mikal Bridges, but when I watch Knicks games, this is what I will say about him. When the Knicks need a big shot, he seems to always come through. And
thank you.
And that's who I notice more than anybody. Obviously, Jalen Brunson. But Mikal Bridges is the second most scariest player on that team in the clutch outside of Brunson.
Yo, that's a good point. Number 9, you was cooking. I ain't gonna lie. You didn't come with your Detroit stuff tonight. That was a good call.
All right, appreciate you, brother.
Big time. That was a good call. I ain't gonna lie. That might have been number 9's best call ever. Like, that might have been his best call ever. Because he started with the Stephen A. Smith and the fans and how they run you out of town. hard to debate against that because a lot of you guys listening to Stephen A. Smith and y'all not even realizing it, half of y'all. I wish I could debate Stephen A. Smith on the Mikal Bridges tie. He would never. I got too many exhibits. I'm coming out there with straight up. I would need like 25-minute rounds. All right? Because he's going to talk about Jalen Brunson and the goddamn picks. Oh, God. Stephen A. I know for a fact Stephen A. can't tell me the two guys that were drafted from Mikal's picks that we gave up. The pick that could hurt us is the 20-30 something. 20, whatever 30 pick that was. Because we don't know how good of a team we'll have in 4 years, 5 years. Will we still be this good? I don't know. But the 2027 and the, come on, dog. Them picks ain't going to be nobody. And it's just too much goddamn talent in the draft, man. You know what I'm saying? Where we could get a second-round pick. We got second-round picks. We about to get the Wizards. That pick is about to become 2 second-round picks from Washington. We'd be all right. We in a great place, man. Stephen A. Smith is not the representation for Knicks fans. If you thought that, you're sorry. Continue to smash that like button. I do appreciate the support. Mikal gonna be all right in the playoffs. Did you not see the numbers just now? I'll go right back to it one more time. Just for the people who doubted Mikal Bridges' playoffs, like it was just all trash. It definitely wasn't. It was not as bad as you thought it was. The series we lost, he brought it. Can we say the same thing about your beloved OG Anunoby? What was OG Anunoby's performance like? I'm not going to pull it up because I don't want to put OG down. That's not my goal. I'm just saying that your brother Mikal Bridges showed up. Now, he didn't shoot the greatest on every night, but he was double figures every night as your fourth option. This is what I need in the playoffs for my fourth option. 16, 20, 15, 17, 12, 15 in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's what he did. So you can say what you want, what you think about his performance. See, I started with the 2 Boston plays, and y'all thought, oh, that's all he had. No, it's not all I had. I said, we're going to go look at every goddamn game and what he did. Because you could argue that those 2 Boston games where he did that wasn't even the best games. Nah, game 5 was bad too, because we lost. But I'm just saying. You know, let's not just go with Stephen A. Smith's narrative. Let's not just go with what we think about Mikal. Let's actually look at these exhibits and go watch this video again and listen to the stats, the jewels that I dropped in each exhibit. I try to make it simple, clear, and plain. I just got too much information right here. See that? And I don't got no ghostwriters, though. I don't. It is what it is. I do a lot of reading, and half of the stats I came up with, straight reading. Oh, Mikal does this. Oh, Mikal, okay, let me just take this. This is going to be exhibit AM. This is going to be exhibit AK. Okay. Oh, wow. He's in the, oh, damn. He's in the what? The 82nd percentile. Wow, he's in the 83rd percentile in perimeter isolation defense, the 95th percentile in ball screen navigation, 93rd percentile in matchup difficulty. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to add that to my exhibit. Why not? Uh-oh. Oh, my God. Hold on. Let me just make sure. Oh, man. Somebody was triggered, y'all. Hold up. Knew I would get him. Hold up. Let me just see if this is for him. Because, by the way, you could donate a callback for somebody else. So if you like the way somebody's talking and you see them, you could donate it. So I always got to check to make sure it's for that person. All right, it's for him. My man's Tugboat Taylor, OKF Nation Plus. He wants to get back on the line. Let's get the brother on the line. All right, 646-995-8389. Call up if you want to talk more. I know he wants to talk about the playoffs. Uh-oh. My hands are up again. Playoffs.
Yo,
Oh, okay, you don't want to go to the play.
do
All right,
not
I'm
do
good.
not denounce OG, bro. Like, do not.
I don't want to
What are
do
you
that. I
doing?
don't want to do it. I
What was you doing
apologize.
just then?
My fault.
Okay, that's
I'm
all I
out
had
of
to say.
bounds.
That was really all I had to say. It was
I'm out
like,
of
yo,
bounds.
you putting down the OJ to bring up Mikal is
I
crazy.
don't want to do that. I hate to do that. I really do.
It don't even make sense.
I don't want to. I really didn't want to.
So why'd you get in that bag? That's all I gotta ask. Why'd you get in that? What
Only
was you
reason
doing?
why I went there is because people ain't calling out that Pascal cooked them in the playoffs, but we just want to act like Mikal didn't have a good play. That's all. I didn't like that.
That's a personal vendetta. We know that. That's a personal vendetta.
You're right. You're right. I knew you was gonna come for me for that. I should have with the
Yeah,
OG.
like,
My
yo,
bad.
do not denounce OG, bro. OG is what, the second option on the team?
No, he's the third. He's the third option.
It's debatable.
On,
it's questionable what night he's playing, but
that's true because he's not always consistent either. But he is the third option, and he was the third option last year too. By the way, that's been his role.
I'm gonna ask you this though. All right, what did Mikal cry about with Tibbs?
Oh God, you really want to go there?
I want to go there because that's your client.
All right, so he complained about the minutes.
How many minutes is he playing?
He's playing now. Or how many minutes he played last year? I'll pull it up.
Yeah, the average of the minutes he's playing this year versus the average he's playing last year.
All right. Oh, I had it in the exhibit, but it was like 30. All right, hold on. I got it on the screen too. So this year he's at 33, and last year is at 37.
Okay, so 4 minutes less.
Yes.
And then he also was crying about a layup line, right? And halftime drills.
I don't know about that part.
No, you know about
that.
Stuff for that. You know about that.
He complained about layup drills?
Bro, he was crying about layup drills. Remember he said, maybe we should be doing some layup drills in the halftime.
Oh, yeah. He did say that.
How many Mikal layups you seen in game?
Okay.
What are we talking about? Like, this guy got Tibbs fired. And I ain't gonna say he got Tibbs fired. Let me take that back. But he was crying about Tibbs on a layup drill, and this man don't even lay up. He's
No, you know what? To be fair, he was part of the reason. He wasn't the only player.
Yeah, he wasn't the only reason, but I ain't gonna put it all on him because that was the
you don't put it all
situation. Yeah, that was the organizational. Yeah, Tibbs did that to himself, unfortunately.
Yeah, facts. Big time.
Yeah, no, I was really just coming in because I'm like, yo, we ain't about to slander OG. That ain't happening.
I can't do it.
Yeah. So let's take that back. that's all I was really coming in on. Like, there you go. Let's take that back because OG is the OG.
Yeah, he's the OG. My fault. I lost my damn mind.
All right, fair enough. That's all I was calling on because I was like, yo, we ain't about to create no train. We ain't about to we ain't about to follow that up. We need to cancel that right now.
Yeah, let's shut that down all the way, right?
All the way. All right, buddy. That was it.
All right, big time. Yo, you know what? He's definitely right because when I said it, I was like, damn. And I even said it when I said it, like, damn, I really don't want to make this about OG. But nobody calls him out. And people try to demean his playoff performance. And I'm like, I don't know what y'all were watching, man. I saw a dude that was putting in work in Indiana. A couple of people called up, and I just let it, because I can't challenge everything. But I said I knew I was going to do a slide on the playoffs, and I'll get my opportunity to address it. So I'm not concerned about Mikal in the playoffs. I think he's going to do much of what he did last year, and I hope that he just shoots more efficiently. That's all I could hope for. And I think there's a good chance that we'll get that. All right? Continue smashing that like button. I see the chat lit right now. Let's lift Mikal up and put some money on his books. Thank you. Thank you, Figgy. That's a fair comment, Figgy. I know she's not too fond of Mikal, but at least he said that. Salute to the chat. But listen, y'all, I'm going to be back tomorrow. All right? Blue and orange brunch. More than likely around 2 o'clock because I got some things to do in the morning. So I see you guys in the morning time. We also got the game in Charlotte. I may do another Smoke There's Fire. Depends on how the game turns out. But I'm trying to get 2 shows in. And until next time, as always, family, let's go Knicks.